Hello. I put the camera a little bit higher up, so I think you'll be seeing me now from a slightly different angle. But that's okay. I do have my camera here. Um, yeah, I forgot one thing from my tripod, but I'm lucky that I'm a Romanian and I knew how to improvise. That's what it is, man, being a Romanian. Lucky to have grown up poor, so I know how to improvise. Yeah. So there's a stick that's holding everything right now. Just FYI, so that you know. There's a little tiny stick who's holding everything together. So let's hope for the best. Um, National Animal Rights protest in London. I saw that, Alicia. That's cool. Busy streamers right now. Yeah, I appreciate everybody who's here. And if you want to go on the other side, I appreciate you either way, you know. Richard Smith, welcome. Hey, nice to see you, Rich. Anik is here. Bjorn, hello, Bjorn. Nice to see you. Anik, all my neighbors are generally apathetic, drink beer and smoke weed all the day, dump waste in the bushes, cigarettes, butts on the floor. They don't give a shit about this cat either. What am I supposed to do? Oh, that sucks. I don't know what to tell you. Martin is here. Twisted, hello. Vegan Stem. Jackie Boyle, always a pleasure. And Veganosaurus. And Draculum, of course. Yeah, you have music playing. Yeah, there's a speaker right here, everybody. I try to sit in the shadow so, you know, we don't have issues, but I will still need to put a cap on you. Put a cap on you! This time I got the right... Oh, there's some music here. I don't have my music playing. I don't know what you mean by that. Okay, let me adjust this. Oh, Roya Stem is also here. Hey, Roya, nice to see you here. John Kautag, a lot of cool people, yeah, in the house, huh? Maybe a little bit more even. Yeah, it's unfortunately it's a little bit. Wait, why am I doing all this? Why am I not just going in the shade? Sorry, everybody. I'm a little bit slow today. We're just gonna go in the shade. Give me a second. And we'll also be a bit further away from the speaker this way. Here we go. Here we go. I made my FWB vegan this week. What's the FWB? I don't know what FWB is, Pepe, but that's amazing. If you made somebody who you know vegan, that's freaking amazing. Let's go. That's you're better than most others, huh? Okay, I'm gonna do this. Sorry, everybody. Friends with benefits. Friends with benefits. Oh, that's something. That's something. It's pretty cool. I think right now you're a bit slanted, everybody. Sorry. Okay, let me put the signs. Let's do it one at a time. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm still setting things up. Okay, there's that. Okay, let's adjust this. Okay, this should be straight. There's a level here, so I'm using that. And if not, we're gonna be a little bit slanted today, but that's okay. We'll do our best. We have about an hour and a half, maybe two today, so that's why I came in a little bit earlier, so to try and make it a little bit longer. So yeah, but everybody, I will need your help today. I would like it if you can tell me good moments through the conversations if you're listening. I don't know, maybe write them down on a piece of paper, maybe in a note, and then tell them to me, because I would like to make shorts out of them. You want to try a social experiment? Shorts, I noticed they get the most views. It's insane how many views shorts get. So yeah, watching while eating beef, keep it up. Man, I'm sorry that you don't respect animals. It kind of sucks, huh? we are trying to make here the message that you don't need to be disrespectful and oppressive towards innocent animals. But that's okay. You're eating the flesh of somebody who wanted to live, somebody who didn't want to be exploited and killed. You guys want to try a social experiment? Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. Also, I did. How long is it? Will I have time to watch it now or wait till the live stream is over? Asks Bjorn. I'll watch Peaceable Kingdom. I have seen Darius, Carrie, and other things. I don't know how long that is. I don't know what that is, Peaceable. Are you vegan, Bjorn? How do you get your vitamin B12 in your vegan diet? Well, veganism is not a diet, first of all. It's a moral principle against the rejection of animals. It essentially means respecting the rights of animals. So let's clear things up a little bit. How do I get my B12 on a plant-based diet? I supplement it, just how I did before being on a vegan, before being on a plant-based diet. Exactly the same way I supplemented it. And everybody, if you could please hit that like and so that we can get the stream, maybe share it, maybe, click share, copy link and paste it in a note or something. That also helps out a little bit. You guys want to try a social experiment? So Bjorn, if you want to learn, you can also watch Dominion is a good one. Yeah, the one that is pinned here. But there's also the 3-minute video. It takes 3 minutes to watch. It's in the description of this stream. And that just sifts through everything in a 3-minute time frame. But I'm pretty sure you understand the perspective, right, Bjorn? If you're here to learn, I'm hoping at least that you do, because the whole idea is that. Hi, are you okay being live on YouTube? Sure. Okay. You wanna come here so that you're in view? A little bit. Yeah, there you go. What's your name?
My name is Nuri.
Nuri?
Nuri.
I'm Chip. Nice to meet you. Where are you
Nice
from?
to meet you.
Wait, let me guess. Somewhere in North Africa.
No.
Where?
No, my father is from Syria and my mother is Dutch, and I was born and raised in a province in the Netherlands called Zeeland.
Ah, okay. Because my brother-in-law is called Nuri, and he's from North Africa. So that's how I'm just like, okay, let's see if we can nail this. I'm Chip. Nuri, I'm an animal rights activist. I fight for the rights of animals. How do you feel about animals?
Yeah, well, it's lovely to look at them, and I think it's a good job you're doing to, work for them, so to say.
Do you think that they deserve rights?
Sure. If you think about it, sounds logical or something,
Yeah, because we have rights, right? And we were born with some rights, right? Like, for instance, nobody should have the right to decide for your own body, right?
True.
Do you think that the same should apply to animals? Like, nobody should have the right to decide for the animal's body?
Yeah, it sounds logical,
Maybe unless
they
it's
don't
in
have their voice, but
Yeah.
maybe it should be good that, there is a voice for them.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
exactly. They don't have a voice, exactly. So do you think that all animals deserve this right to decide for their own body?
Yeah, well, it's a complicated thing, I think, but yeah.
Yeah. Do you think that maybe sometimes when we take into consideration that sometimes we forget about some animals, not necessarily willingly, but maybe because we were taught to forget about them, like cows, chickens, and pigs?
Yeah, I think it's normalized, that it's the food chain we live in. So and to some extent it's logical.
Yeah.
But yeah, also it's now you make me conscious about it. I think it's true. Yeah.
Because do we need to kill, to exploit, to use these animals? We can get nutrition from other sources, right?
Yeah, I think meat is a very good source for health, but
we can be healthy without eating meat. Meat is somebody's flesh, somebody who didn't want to die. So take for instance, if all of these animals die, what are you going to do next? Are you going to eat dogs, cats, or humans?
I don't know, if you look at our ancestors, they became strong and healthy on what? On eggs, on meat, on fish, on beans, whatever nature provides.
But our ancestors also had like no scientific evidence that what they were eating is good or not, right?
Uh-huh.
Our ancestors also died at a very early age.
Mhm.
Our ancestors did not have any means for what a healthy lifestyle actually implies. And nowadays we do, and we know for a fact that you can be healthy on a plant-based diet. I'm not saying you can also be healthy while eating meat. I'm not going to deny that. But if you can be healthy on both, why would we ever choose to exploit and oppress an innocent animal in the process?
I think it's a personal thing to look what works for your body, what's healthy for you. So,
Is
for
it personal
instance,
though when there's a victim involved?
yeah, I think it is.
Is it? So if I personally want to kill your girlfriend, is that still personal? Is personal choice?
Sure, if you look at it, that's true. But to a certain extent, I think that some things are as they are in how you say it, like the food chain. And of course
What
they're
is the food chain to you?
what's the food chain to you? To have certain resources that we use to live, and of course there are a thousand ways to get to Rome. So I certainly agreeing with you on we should look more into how can we diversify in living a healthy lifestyle where it's not only like meat, fish, and life of animals.
But how talk about the victims a little bit, because you talk about what you want, your
Uh,
health, and what you get. But what about the victims?
yeah, it's
Because I'm here to speak up for them, right?
Uh-huh.
I mean, you can be healthy without creating victims. So why do you choose to create victims?
like I said, it's good you make me certain again of, oh yeah, that's true, because you normally don't really stand
Yeah.
still with it. So that's a really good point you're making here.
Yeah.
I think it's just normalized also for me.
Yeah.
And that's why I insist with I'm eating fish, I'm eating meat, I'm eating
That's why you've been doing it so far, and I understand. But like going forward, realizing that it is normalizing, realizing that you can be healthy on a plant-based diet, do you think there's any way that you can eat animals and still think that that's the right thing to do?
50-50.
Well, when you're doing that,
make me
you're
think.
choosing. When you're doing that, be aware that you are choosing for an innocent animal to be exploited and killed for you, right?
Sure, but some they not all of them have a bad life also, right?
I mean, all of them are killed as babies. All of them are killed, and all of them have their freedom taken away from them. All of them don't have autonomy of their own body.
No, it's not true at all.
It's
No.
100% true.
No, because for us, we also buy meat at certain places where they have a good life.
Where they
get
didn't kill the
taken care
animals.
of. In the end, of course.
In the end,
in,
you know
in the
that's
mid,
not
yeah,
true.
no,
You know
I
that's not
get
true.
what you're saying. I
So
get
how
what
old
you're
are you
saying.
now?
I'm 27.
So would it be okay for somebody to kill you right now?
No, but
So why would it be okay to kill an animal at a fraction of their lifespan? Do you think they don't want to live just as much as you want to live?
of course, yeah, that's true. That's true. Like I said, you make me aware of it. It's really good to ask certain questions that don't get asked very often. So
So what do you feel like you want to do with this information? How many more animals should be exploited and killed for you from now on?
yeah, that's a question framed in
It's
in
framed
a terrible way.
Well,
But,
it's framed in including the victims,
yeah.
right? Because
But that's
obviously,
true.
if you think it from your perspective, you could say, well, maybe I'll eat a little bit today, a little bit less, maybe I'll reduce it. But then everything you're saying is, I'm going to continue creating victims because I just, the inconvenience of me changing my diet or changing, because it's not just about diet, right? We also kill animals for clothing, we do it for entertainment, we do it for all sorts of reasons. So I'm just trying to get you to understand that I understand your perspective, I get it, but from their perspective, it's monumentally worse when you make this choice.
Sure, that's true.
Right?
That's true.
And I think they deserve to live just as much as you do, because you didn't choose to be born human, they didn't choose to be born a cow or a cat or a dog or whatever they're born into. Yet they're born in a way, if they're born that way, we treat them totally different. Like a cow, we forcefully impregnate, we take away their babies and everything to take their milk. And then we kill their babies if we don't like them or if they're male. And then when they no longer produce milk or when they no longer get pregnant, we kill them also.
But what's gonna happen if you're stuck together with a lion? What's gonna happen?
If I'm stuck together with a lion,
Yeah, he's
a
gonna
lion
eat
might
you.
kill me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but do you think that justifies your boyfriend killing me? Because if I'm stuck together with a lion might kill me? Because why would we care what a lion does? We as like lions also commit rape, infanticide. They do also a lot of weird things. So we can't say we should be allowed to do it because a lion does it also, right?
No, of course, but like sometimes when you eat meat and you buy it from like a economic of like a okay place,
So when you
like
pay
a
for an
farm.
animal to be exploited and killed for you, yes, what happens then?
I think, of course, when you buy meat, buy it at a good place.
So when you buy somebody's flesh who didn't want to die and was specifically killed so that you can eat their flesh.
Yeah, then you buy it at a good place, so they had a good life. But for
Have you had a good life?
Of course.
Would it be okay for somebody to take it away from you right now?
No, but like I'm not a cow.
No, you're somebody who wants to live, just like a cow one.
Of course, but sometimes when with meat, it's like how it's done right now, it's not okay. Of course.
But you still pay for it.
Yeah, I think when you buy it from a good place and you don't eat it every day.
What's a
it's
good place?
okay.
What's a good way to kill an animal that doesn't want to die?
No, it's like if you buy it at the farmers, they had a good life. They lived for maybe, I don't know how many, like 30
I'm
years.
assuming
or
you eat
something.
chickens, right?
Yeah.
A chicken can live 10 years old. Do you know how at what age they kill them?
Yeah, if you buy it from the supermarket, maybe 1 month, 2 months.
Yeah, that's the average age across the whole things. They never get to live even a year because
Yeah.
they stop growing after a couple of months.
I know.
So they see no purpose in continuously feeding them. They treat them like objects at the end of the day, right? For them, the minute that they reach the age or the size that they want to get the most money out of them, they kill them and eat them.
Of
Would you
course,
like to
and
be
that's
treated that?
horrible.
Would you
And
like to
that's
be treated
horrible.
like that?
No, that's horrible.
But that's why we buy at certain places.
Yeah.
But they do the
Yeah.
same in those places.
Sure
You
thing,
realize
but I
that?
think that's a standpoint of view where we can't agree on because for my health, I like meat. I know what it does for me. We're very healthy people, in a sense that.
Well, why can't you talk about the victims a little bit?
Let
Can
me
you
talk. Let
mention
me,
the
let me
victims,
finish my
please?
sentence.
Yeah.
So, we choose to have a certain lifestyle, which involves meat, which involves
Exploiting and
wi-
killing innocent animals.
Yeah, but that's yes,
Yeah, you choose that.
yes, that's true.
And you can be healthy without choosing that.
Yeah, but I don't agree on that.
You don't agree that you can be healthy without choosing
No,
that?
I don't
So
agree on
what
that.
kind of evidence do you need to see to believe that?
Well, there are lots of searchings on it.
So what kind of evidence do you need to see to believe that you can be healthy on a plant-based diet? I'm a certified nutritionist. I'm sure you won't believe me myself. So you need to see the evidence. So I'm asking what kind of evidence do you need to see, because we have so much empirical evidence for this. We also have the largest organizations of nutritionists and dietitians on the planet, which are essentially the leading experts in nutrition, who say that you can be healthy on a plant-based diet. But you don't believe it. So what exactly do you need to see to believe
Can
it?
be, but for me, we tried multiple things. She also was a vegan, but then we
don't
saw.
think you were a vegan.
We saw.
What is a vegan?
Nothing that comes from animals. So no eggs, no dairy,
So it's a diet.
no. Yeah.
It's not.
No, it's a certain lifestyle.
Also, not buying leather. Okay, that I didn't do. But
So you weren't vegan.
I didn't eat animal products.
Yeah, you were a plant-based. You adopted a plant-based diet,
Yeah.
and that's okay. But
Yeah.
like, what I'm saying here is animals should not be treated like objects. And what I'm saying here is animals are just like us. They feel, they have emotions, they
Yeah,
think.
we know that.
Yeah, so
but,
we
you
know all this about
it's a
them, but then
choice.
we close our eyes, we go around and we pay for them to be exploited and killed at less than half their lifespan. All because what? We think it's better for us this way. But when we have plenty of scientific evidence to show that we can be healthy without this, like it just feels like, it feels a little bit selfish, doesn't it?
Yeah, maybe. But you made a good point. You made us think about
Humans,
it.
humans are sometimes very selfish.
Yeah, but we can't just go with we are sometimes a little bit selfish, because that's like saying, well, I'm a little bit selfish, therefore I'm gonna be an asshole towards this other human. I'm gonna be oppressing them. I'm gonna be raping somebody, all because I'm a little bit selfish. When we're taking away somebody's right, especially somebody's right to live, when we're being violent towards them, we can't just justify it by a simple fact by saying, oh, I'm a little bit selfish, right? You can say I'm a little bit selfish if you, I don't know, maybe throw a water balloon at somebody, and that's still a dickish thing to do. But to take away their whole existence for 10 minutes of food pleasure is a little bit more than that, right? We need a little bit more of a better explanation than just, well, I think I'm healthy this way, or I'm a little bit selfish. We need better explanations, and sadly there isn't, because you both seem like compassionate individuals. So we just gotta, I understand you've been born in this area, but for some reason you don't eat cats and dogs, do you?
True. Maybe if we live, I think in China they do that kind of
Exactly.
stuff. Maybe
So
we
this
do
should
it too.
this should
Who
tell you
knows?
exactly that the fact that you eat these animals isn't a product of being healthy, but it's a product of somebody selling you this idea. Because these industries, that's what they do. They sell us this idea. They have a financial incentive in the game. The least you know about how they treat animals, the least you know about how they kill animals, the least you know about every procedure that they do, is the more you'll buy. They'll put on the products a happy animal when in fact that animal was not happy at all. They'll just tell you whatever you need to hear so that you give them your money, because that's what they do. And the animals cannot possibly objectify to it. No animal will ever come up and say, that's not true. We as vegans, we're the ones speaking up for them. We go into slaughterhouses, we see film footage in secret and show it to people. But people
Yeah.
need to do something with that, because otherwise it's nothing.
True thing. So, but I
Thank
think
you.
you made a very good point.
Let me give you a card, okay?
And
So there's a documentary here called Dominion. Can you promise me you'll watch that?
sure.
Just to see what the animals go through, at least know what you're paying for. Okay? Okay.
Thanks, Chip.
Thank you so
See you.
much.
Have a nice
Have a
day.
good one. Cheers. Wait, what did I do? Yeah. I think today is gonna be one of those days, everyone. I think today is going to be one of those days where I'm just going to have to be a bit meaner to people. I think today is going to be one of those days where just can't take shit anymore from people. I think today I'm just going to be as direct as possible and as straight as possible, because it's just impossible to get through to some people, huh? It's kind of sad to see. It's kind of sad to see that some people would just rather think about themselves only. And every single moment that I was speaking to these people, all they were discussing is themselves. Me, 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 me. Not a single moment talking about the victims. Not a single moment. Well, we buy from a good farm. We buy from a place that kills their animals in a good way. You know, a little knife to the throat. We let them live. We give them a good life. So when they're happy to be alive, we kill them. That's what we do. We give them a good life so that they feel like they're missing out on more when we kill them. Can you go Super Saiyan vegan mode? I don't know what that is. It's just insane, man. It's just insane how we see animals, and this whole, we're bound to, like, we're stuck in this process of thinking about animals as objects, or as, well, that's how it's always been. Like literally, when we talk about cows, chickens, and pigs, people just think about food. They don't even see the individuals anymore. That's how insane we've gotten to a place. We've gotten to a place where literally cows, chickens, and pigs are just seen as food, not individuals, not animals even. I'm pretty sure that in some point in the future, there will be people denying that they're even animals. Beautiful view. Yeah, this is Museum Line. It's a very nice view indeed. Sky is looking beautiful. Yeah, all of it is beautiful. You want to try a social experiment? Ah, okay. I'm sorry. Have a good one. Didn't speak English. You guys want to try a social experiment? Oh, look at this guy. Hello, guy. Hello, buddy. Hello. Hi. Oh, he was so hot. Dude's a walking contradiction. How dare he say animals deserve rights? How dare he say animals should not be exploited and killed? I need my sandwich. I need to put that meat in my mouthhole. I need to put somebody else's meat in my mouthhole. How dare he say that? Imagine that. Imagine that. How dare I? That cheap guy has anger problems. No, I do not, brother. You have not seen me angry. You have not ever seen me angry. Just because you see me a little bit riled up, you think I'm angry. But there you go. Speak about me, not about the innocent victims that you're creating. For a second, focus on me, because that's what you want to focus on. You want to find flaws in me, so that when you hear what I'm saying, so that when you hear when I'm talking about the innocent animals that you're exploiting and slaughtering, you can at any point in your times dismiss my message because you don't like me. There's one thing about me that you don't like. It's called an ad hominem fallacy. You dislike, you don't listen to the argument, or you reject the argument because of the subject who's saying it. Chip, awesome anti-vegan impression, says Martin. Thank you. Ben, it's okay. Hey, Jason. I don't like that you do this all for show. I don't do this all for show, man. I care about animals. That's why I do this. Do you think that all the other work I do behind the scenes, outside of these live streams, are for show also? Show of what? Ugh. If you don't like my streams, don't be in my streams. It's pretty easy. But please, for God's sake, stop oppressing animals because that's why I'm here. I'm here to speak about animals. I'm here to speak that you don't need to oppress animals. You don't need to exploit them. You don't need to be violent towards them. You don't. Half Pint Gunner says I'm vegan. So Half Pint Gunner, what does it mean to be vegan? Huh? Yeah, what is your definition of veganism, Half Pint Gunner? To stand up for all life. Yeah, that's pretty clear. You're not vegan then. Protect all life. That's not true. Hey, you guys want to try a social experiment? That's not true. Not true. So you're not a vegan. Thank you for proving to us that you're not a vegan because that's not what veganism is. Veganism is the rejection of animal exploitation, of non-human animal exploitation. That's what it is. You're standing up for animals and you're calling me soft for standing up for animals. Wow, imagine that. Hi, you wanna have a conversation with me? How old are you?
I am 15.
15? Can you get consent from your parents or something that you can be live on my YouTube channel?
I don't think so.
Yeah, oh, okay, that's okay. Have a good one. Cheers. There you go. No consent, no filming. Hey, Pia, nice to see you here. Half-Pint Gunner says he cares more about me than animals. How would you know? Because maybe you do actually, because I don't really care about animals. I just care about animal rights. And I care about human rights. But I don't really care about animals or humans. I just care about their rights being respected. I care about certain animals and certain humans. But in reality, I just care that I respect their rights. You don't have to care about animals to be vegan and to fight for their rights. You just have to care that their rights are respected. You want to try a social experiment? Hey bro, in which country you are standing right now? I'm in Netherlands, in Amsterdam specifically. Hunter McIntyre, if you said something, I have not seen it. Hey Axel, nice to see you. Hey, you want to try a social experiment?
No.
No?
Do you want
No, I don't
okay.
smoke, sorry.
Okay. Let's come from Switzerland.
I just don't smoke.
It's okay. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
yeah.
Why
Yeah, I'm having conversations with people about animals.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. How do you feel about animals?
They're nice.
They're nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think animals deserve rights?
What?
Do you think
bien sûr. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I'm vegetarian, blah, 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 blah.
You're
blah.
vegetarian.
Yeah.
Why are you vegetarian?
Because I don't want to eat, because by taste, because I don't want to eat some plastic animals. I mean, if you want to eat a chicken, if you want to eat something, you must see where they are produced. I come from Switzerland, and in Switzerland, they do some.
Horrific things.
Yes, of course, everywhere. So I prefer not to.
Don't you think they do horrific things also for milk or for cheese?
Yes, of course.
Do you still consume milk or cheese?
Sometimes. I'm quite now I'm quite lazy with that because before I do some eco-anxiety or some vegetarian, and I was extremely
Yeah.
very far for that. And after I say, okay, now I can just stop, do what you can, and after it's okay.
Have you ever considered going vegan and just respecting all animals?
Yeah, of course, but I don't think we have. Our body is. I mean, we have some need. and our body needs some vitamin.
What is it? Which one?
B12. I know the B12 is produced by the earth because sometimes you can.
Yeah. So
If you eat a little bit of earth, I don't know comment.
Well-
I speak French.
that's okay, but you can get B12 from a supplement, right?
Yeah, of course. If you can be supplement, and it's okay. Yeah, but everybody do what they want. But
Well, I don't think everybody should do what they want. For example, if somebody wants to, if a strong man, wants to punch or beat a woman,
no, of course, no.
I would say they
don't-
shouldn't be
no,
allowed
no,
to
no.
do that.
I
So,
mean-
but then if a man wants to
Yeah.
also beat an animal or kill an
Yeah.
animal, I think they shouldn't be allowed to do that also. So,
Yeah.
in the same way, when we say everybody should do what
Yeah,
they
yeah, yeah.
want,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. No,
when
no,
somebody
no,
chooses
no,
an
no.
animal product, they are paying
No,
for an animal to be
I
killed
think
for them.
okay. No, it is not correct what I mean.
Yeah.
It was too basic. It
Yeah.
was too retract.
Yeah.
It's
No, but
not
I see
my
what you
languages.
mean. Yeah.
I mean, if somebody know what happens to all the chain, because it is a chain.
Yeah.
If I want to have an apple, I have an apple in my bag. I must know where it come from. I don't know. One time I was in Switzerland. We have some onion, and they come from Israel or Palestine or Egypt or something. I can't buy it.
Why is that bad?
Because it's because the traffic. Because we are not. We are very. It's a luxury world. You can eat what you want when you want. This is not normal world.
Well, it depends, right? When it comes to, if you're talking about the environment, the environmental impact of buying an apple from a different country, it depends on how the apple was brought to that country. Because if it was bought by maritime, right, like by ship, by
Yeah.
water, then
But
the
you can
impact
buy-
is not that big.
Yeah, I know. Not I know, but it is for the mind. If you, I pay for, I go to the farmer in my country, and I bring my bag and everything, all my stuff, because I do that.
Yeah.
If there is no something who come from another country, or something in the nearest, I put more attention about that because I give my money, and my money is my power.
Do you think you can do all that and be vegan?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. And being vegan, is to animals what being a feminist is to women. It means respecting their rights. So
But feminism is not a good word. I think we must speak about equality, and I don't know if I want more longer speak about that. It is in English, and I'm French.
yeah, that's okay. You've been doing great. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you've been doing great. That's fine. Let me give you a card, okay, so that you know what I
Okay.
mean. Maybe it will help you out. So there's a documentary here called The Minion. If you scan this QR code,
Okay.
you'll understand what I mean.
Okay. I will. Okay.
Okay.
I am Cosmic Girl.
You're a cosmic girl.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. I'm Chip.
Oh, pardon, attends. Ah, c'est pas grave.
Okay.
Sorry.
No worries, no worries. Nice to meet you,
It's
cosmic
nice.
girl.
Okay. Thank you.
Have a good time around Amsterdam. Cheers. Yeah, it's kind of true, isn't it?
Pardon?
It's kind of true.
Yeah.
They're the same. It's just our perception of them that's different.
Yes. Everything is about perception.
Yeah,
You
it is.
know.
Yeah, but they deserve to live. So
Yeah, of course, but they don't deserve to be born. Did you see Okja? The movie?
okra, and I know of it. I haven't seen it yet. So many people
No.
tell me about it, but it's yeah,
Ah.
yeah. It's
Do it.
it's a good
Okja
one.
It's a good one for somebody who are not vegan.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I know. It is a good one. I wish this. I recommend this movie for everyone who speak about food and meat.
Nice. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you for this. Have a good one.
Bye.
Cheers. This was a bit of Oksha. Is it Oksha? Okia? I don't know how to pronounce it, but that's a. She was a nice lady. She was, there was a bit of a language barrier there, but she was a nice lady, person. Half-pint gunner, why are you so triggered, man? Is it because you pay for animals to be exploited and slaughtered for you? Is it because you objectify animals? Is that why you are so triggered? So if you don't objectify animals, what's your problem then? I'm here fighting for their rights. What exactly is your problem? You don't eat meat, but you eat dairy products or eggs. Do you? Do you, gunner? Do you half-pint gunner? Do you eat dairy Milk, cheese, eggs.
I want to talk to you.
Yeah. Are you okay being live on my YouTube channel?
Yes. Hello, everyone.
Can you come a little bit closer here?
Yes,
Yeah,
sure.
nice. What's your name?
I'm Mark.
Mark. I'm Chip. Nice to meet you.
Nice
Where are
to
you
meet
from,
you.
Mark?
I'm from Iran, but I live in Stockholm.
Iran, but you live in
And
Stockholm.
Yes, I'm
That's cool.
traveling to Amsterdam, visiting my friend over
Nice.
there.
I've had a lot of good conversations with Iranian people. I like Iranian people. Always,
Thank you.
always nice
Honored.
people. I'm from Romania originally, but I live here in Amsterdam. I'm Chip. I'm an animal rights activist, so
Mm-hmm.
I fight for animals. How do you feel about animals?
Well, first, we love them.
We love them.
That's for sure. Talking about the rights, well, I don't know how to feel, to be honest. I don't know. That's pretty much my feeling. I think they're essential to the ecosystem. That's what we know.
Yeah.
And
Do you think they deserve rights?
they do deserve rights. Like personally, I believe like we humans are also animals.
Yeah.
We treat ourselves very special, but we sometimes ignore maybe the other animals around us.
So let's put a specific right to name, like body autonomy. Do you know what that is? It's the right to decide for your own body. Do you think animals deserve that?
I mean, I think that the more deep question and more fundamental question about consciousness, and if animals, see the world and experience the world as we
They do.
So
They experience
if,
the
if
world, not as we do, but you may experience it differently also to me. So
they do like
Yeah.
I mean, this is not a topic that I've thought much about, but like now that we're talking, I'm just digesting it. They do have some level of consciousness,
Yeah.
for sure. As like we can talk about vegetation as, I'm not sure about that, but
No,
but
they're
yeah,
not, so
animals.
no.
But they have a life, right? Like
they have a life, but they're not conscious. Yeah.
they're not conscious, sure. So back to your question, like the choice. Like I think again, the more fundamental is that do they make choices,
They do.
and how do we know that? Like, is there any?
We have studies for that.
So
to
you
see them.
can have consciousness for sure,
Yeah.
but when you talk about choice and decision making,
Well, they have
I'm not
personalities,
sure.
so of course they make choices if they
well,
have
I think
personalities,
that
right?
that's again separate. Like you can have personalities, you can have a
Isn't-
behavior. Yeah, like they do behave in different ways as we do.
Isn't that a choice?
I'm not sure if that's 100% choice as in the same way as we humans experience
Well,
it.
then we could, when we discuss about the choices that humans have, it's how much different is it to the choices that any animal has? How much of our
I'm just
choices
saying I
are
don't-
just
I don't
results
know-
of?
I'm just
of-
saying I don't know the answer. Like I don't know any.
But either
like,
way, it doesn't matter.
scientific
We know-
research that shows that like what are the differences in the ways that we humans make a choice, because we know that we have this prefrontal cortex that most animals don't have, and that makes our consciousness a little bit different. I'm not saying that the animals don't have the consciousness, for sure there is, but I'm just saying that I don't know, like I haven't read anything, or I haven't read any scientific research that kind of compares these two and goes into like what is a choice for an animal compared to what we experience.
Well, we have the Declaration of Consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
That's one that's written by Cambridge, and one by Nobel laureates from Cambridge and stuff, and one that's the New York Declaration of Consciousness, also by other Nobel laureates, written later.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and
and
then
then they
what's the-
mention a lot of stuff about how animals perceive. They have a subjective experience of the world. They make decisions and they make choices based on their subjective experience and memories that they form. They have friendships, they form relationships, and all this kind of stuff.
So, I mean, if we agree like that, again, we need to go more depth into that. I don't think we have time for that, but let's say we agree to the outcome of that, and we
Yeah.
say that animals make choice. But then based on that, then coming again back one more layer up to your question, then yes, like in terms of choosing your body, like how you expose your body or how you do, I don't know, the things that we do as humans, the clothing and other things, if we agree to that, then I think we can agree to that.
We know that they have wants, right? We know that they have wants for their own body. Should we be respecting what they want?
Sorry, they don't have wants for their body.
They do, they do.
I didn't get the word. I want to make sure.
Yeah,
I
they
heard
have
that.
wants for their body. Well, like they want something. When I say for their body, I mean for themselves, right?
Yeah,
Like sometimes maybe they want to go in one direction, sometimes maybe they want to go in a different direction. Sometimes maybe they want to eat one thing, sometimes maybe they want to eat a different thing. Of course, they also function a lot on instinct, like we also do as humans, but they also have this other side to them, which isn't on instinct. The animals play, they do all this kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I can agree to that. Like,
Should we respect their wants, what they want?
I think that's an agreeable statement based
Yeah.
on the foundation that we built up. I think I can agree to that. Yeah.
Do you think that when we farm animals, like the domestic animals, are we respecting their wills or what they want?
Not necessarily.
No.
not necessarily. Like to my knowledge, there are different ways and different methodologies of farming. Like animals.
But none
can-
of them respect what they want, do they?
I'm not sure. Like.
Well, they all kill
I'm
them.
not sure. You can say 0%.
You can
is-
easily, because they all, farming inherently involves controlling the breeding process. So that means it doesn't matter what the animal wants, you control the breeding process. 1, and 2 inherently involves killing them. So it doesn't matter if the animal still wants to live, you kill them.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
I will agree with you that there's farms where they, in between those two states, have a better life or a worse life.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, they're all just subjects to what the farmer wants out of them. That's it.
That's true. Yes, like I can agree that there is a scale of what experience you give during the life of the animal. Some of them are worse, some of them are better. I can agree with you that there is a goal to their life, and we control them.
Do you think we should stop this? Do you think we should stop interfering in their experiences, stop bringing them into existence, stop exploiting them, and stop killing them?
I'm not sure if I agree with that. Like,
Do you think we need to do it?
So you brought the topic of respect.
But do you
right?
think we need to do it?
We're gonna get to that, right? But I'm gonna take just one step back. You brought the topic of respect, right?
Yeah.
And respect is inherently an ethical thing,
Yeah.
right? Like it's nothing that exists in
Yeah, this is about ethics, yeah.
Yes, so this is about ethics, right? So we agreed that we need to respect the animals, that's for sure. And then before we get to the killing part,
Is it
I'm
respectful to
not
kill
sure.
them?
No, I'm not sure this is respectful, but I'm not sure this is unnatural.
Doesn't
So
matter if
it-
it's natural or unnatural. Rape is natural also, but rape is
I
disrespectful.
agree. This is not ethical, but a wolf like
So it's unethical.
eating another animals, you can say is
Sure,
unethical.
but it's unethical for us who have choices, because we don't need to do this to animals. We don't need to farm them. We don't need to bring them into existence only to exploit and kill them. We have other choices. Nowadays, we can live healthy on a plant-based diet. Therefore, whenever we choose an animal to exploit and kill,
this is the part that goes into like very deep research and very varied research, right? Like there are lots of papers that sometimes they contradict each other. That can you really replace? And I know this is a hot
what do you mean?
topic.
Can you really what?
So you brought the fact that do we need?
We don't
to
need
eat
it,
that?
yeah.
Okay, so this.
I'm a certified nutritionist. We have empirical evidence out there. The largest organizations of nutritionists and dietitians on the planet agree that we can be healthy on a plant-based diet and thrive. There's athletes who thrive on a plant-based diet. There's millions of people on this planet who are vegan. So
I agree to that.
There's no denying it. And in fact, most of these studies that show that we can be healthy on a plant-based diet are coming from animal agriculture, because they are trying to disprove that you can
let
be
me
healthy.
put it this way. I'm not educated enough
Yeah.
to agree or disagree with the statement.
Let's say if you
let's
find
put it
out
this way.
if you find out that you can be healthy on a plant-based diet, do you then think that what we do to animals is incredibly unfair?
I can agree that it's unrespectful and unfair.
Yeah.
But I cannot agree to should we do it or not, should we not do it.
Do you have some responsibility in the matter for what happens to them? I'm assuming you buy animal products, right?
You have responsibility to, like, if you want to put it that way, I have responsibility to cleaning this place,
No,
having
you
this
don't.
place
You have
clean.
responsibility for the choices you make. So when you choose to buy an animal product, you choose to exploit and slaughter an animal.
You can.
You pay for it.
I don't think in the words that you say. Like yes, when I choose a product animal, I know that there's been an animal killed for that. Yes.
Yeah, and then
I
in
agree
order
that
in order
with
for
our
them
discussion, I haven't paid the respect. Yes, I haven't been respectful. I haven't been ethical toward animals. I can agree to that.
don't you think
But
you should be ethical towards animals?
That is the part that I'm not sure. I'm
You're not
really
sure
not
that you should be ethical towards animals?
Like ethics has like that's a separate topic. You can't have ethics in a civilized country, but then if there is no civilization, if there is
But you
no
live in a civilized country.
No, we do. No, I'm telling you that ethics has its own boundaries, right? Like it's not, there's nothing inherent or natural, like pure natural.
Sure, so
about
let me ask
ethics.
you about your
It's a
values to
concept.
see. Yeah,
it's a concept that we humans have, right?
But you think animals should be respected, right?
I think
that's
they
a value
should.
you
Like,
hold.
look, we
So
agree.
then, doesn't that mean that when you pay for them to be disrespected, you're going against your own values? Because that's a value you hold. You yourself say that animals should be respected. So
Yeah.
then you're contradicting yourself by
But,
paying
like,
for them to be disrespected.
Yes, true. They should be respected, but like you need to see the cost as well. That's a reality of the world we live in. Like we cannot
The
pay
cost of
respect
what?
and we cannot be ethical to everything at the same time.
No, but when this one specific case, you can. In this specific case, you can just choose a different product. I'm not asking you.
It's easy to say we can. Of course we can. We can of course.
You can, yeah.
we can of course be like 100% natural energy and reusable energy. We can. It's possible.
No, you cannot make
It's
this choice yourself
theoretically-
as a consumer. This
No,
is something
but
that
we as humans,
where
we
governments
can do
need to
that.
fight. Sure, but
I'm
you as
sorry,
a
I need to
consumer,
check the time because I'm a little bit time constrained. But
you
we
as
can
a
have little bit
consumer,
more.
you as an individual are making these choices. You as an individual
That's
have
true,
responsibility for the choices you're
but
making.
the change that I believe you're trying to make a change in this regard, right? Like,
Well,
and that it's correct thinking that we can start by individuals. That if we change our choices individually, then we can change that. But I think the bigger question is that can you make the economy? Can you make the whole chain change to do
you
that?
can.
And that's why
you need
I
people
brought,
to change. Yeah, you
that-
need
that's true.
individuals like yourself to change.
And the example that I gave about like reusable energy, that's also pretty much the same.
nothing
You
to
can
do with what I'm
you
saying.
can choose a provider that is getting the reusable energy, or you can choose not
Sure.
to. You can go protest and try to
Sure.
push your government
Sure.
into having policies that
Except
do that.
except all this.
So they are pretty much similar. Like
Yeah,
you-
well,
we
they're
do
not,
make
because this
choices.
is about the rights of individuals. You're stripping away rights from individuals. You're not making the nature better or worse, or the planet better or worse.
Oh, we are, like,
that can
I-
translate to certain outcomes, but when you're paying for somebody's flesh, so that you can put that flesh in
I
your
agree.
mouth.
Like I
you know?
agree. Like we're making
It's-
choices. What you're saying to me,
But
if
it's
I,
the
if I
same as paying
understand
for
it,
a human to be killed so that you can eat them. It's the same.
if I understand it, like I get your point. You're saying that when I go to a supermarket and when I see that I pick up that sausage, I'm making a choice.
Yeah.
Right? And
You
that
can make
choice,
a different
there
choice.
needs to be a question. And I appreciate it. Like you're putting a question mark in my mind for the next time. That's valuable. But I'm also saying that that's perfect. Let's have that conversation. But also, like as an example, like the energy, we also make those choices, and the
But
real
it's not
change.
the same. I don't care about that. Let me explain to you. I care about the environment, but that's not what I want to talk about, because when it comes to the energy that you're choosing, the outcome of how that impacts is very blurry. It's very muddy. You can say, hell, if today I'm going to use a little bit of coal, the impact might be nullified across the whole planet. But today, if you buy one single animal product, the impact is not null. One animal will be exploited and slaughtered for you because of that.
That is true. That is true.
So that's
I
the
agree with
difference.
that.
You see
But
what I
I'm
mean?
saying
Like these choices, every single choice matters in this one.
Like-
in the other one, you do have like your part. Let me put it this way: the system of how energy is made is a system that contains exploitation, is a system that contains unfairness and contains, well, it's a system that needs to be improved. The system that we have where we farm animals is a system that depends on exploitation. It's a system that depends on unfairness. This system needs to go away. Every single time you put money in this system, you are prolonging it.
I agree.
It's different.
So I need to, for my time constraint, I need to wrap it up. But I think we're agreeing on the 95% of the things we discussed. I agree that there is a responsibility and there's a respect to be paid, and we as individuals choose that every day. And I think what you're doing is great. You're trying to, one by one on your YouTube channel, try to bring the change. That's really valuable. You put a question mark in my mind. I think that's very valuable. But also, like, on addition to that, on top of that, on everything that we agreed, I think, like, my example of the energy situation was that there's one part of the change which is individual, of the choices we make, but there's another change which is as a community, as a country, as the policies that we pass. And I think that's a much harder thing to change, because
Sure.
there's a lot of people to benefit in this. There's a lot of policies to change, and
Sure.
there's a lot of and once you have that, I think they work together, right? We make choices.
They don't work
as-
together, no.
I
Not in
believe
this
they work.
situation.
I believe they work.
Not in this situation. So in this situation, let me explain it to you. We cannot possibly make changes to the system. We cannot possibly make changes coming from the government, where 98% of the people pay for the system for animals to be exploited and killed. We cannot possibly make this change.
I think I
At
need
this
to-
point, at this stage in our time, we need more people to stop exploiting animals, so that we increase this percentage, so that at some point we get governmental changes, so that we get policy changes, so that we get people to actually show the truth about what animals go
I
through,
see.
instead of all these companies lying to you. And all I'm saying is that you right now can choose to be on the
I
right
agree with
side
that.
of history, on the compassionate, on the fair side of history.
I agree with that. I think we agree to a lot of things. We disagree to
So what do you wanna
a
do?
small bit. I will think harder next time I want to do it. I still don't
Would you accept that as a
100%.
justification for somebody who rapes women when you
I don't know.
when you
I
tell
don't.
them
I think-
it's
I
bad,
think-
it's bad what you're doing,
I
and
think
they're
right
saying,
now you're bringing
I'm
an
gonna
extreme.
think it's really bad.
I think you're bringing an extreme example to
Animals are raped,
to
man.
bring that
in animal
emotion
agriculture,
out.
they're always raped.
But I'm trying to, like, I need to wrap it up. I think this was a good conversation. For me, the takeaway is a big question mark next time. I need to think about it. I
So
need to
how many more
educate
animals should be
myself.
exploited for you from now on?
I don't. I think again you're bringing the emotions out.
No, this is about the victims. How many more victims should you create from now on?
I think at this point of the conversation, you're trying very hard for your YouTube followers.
No, I'm trying very hard to make you understand that every
bring-
single choice you're making, you're creating victims.
I know that.
And you keep evading your responsibility by saying, "Oh no, wait, it's the community that has to change, not me. You have to change.
No, I have
you're
to change.
responsible for the shit that you're making, man."
If you're relaxed, I agree
am
with that. I
relaxed.
agree with that.
I'm
I
relaxed.
agree
I'm
with
just
that.
intense because you keep saying you refuse to respond to a simple question of how many more animals should be exploited for you from now on. You refuse to answer that question, thus telling me
I
that
make the
from now
choice.
on you will continue making choices that may oppress animals.
Look, you cannot.
And I'm like,
you cannot
how
make,
can you ever justify that?
Look, with the conversation, I think there was a good part of our conversation was very productive and very constructive.
I don't think
but,
so.
But you cannot stand
clearly
in front
wasn't
of someone
productive
and
if you
change their
wanted-
mind. You can influence someone. You've influenced me. I think that's valuable. You put a big question mark on me. I think that's extremely valuable. But then the rest is on me. I need to go educate myself. I need to think about it.
Sure.
And then this might come in good way or bad
Sure.
way.
Let's do this. Can you promise me you'll watch The Minion or the most important
Yes.
speech ever here?
Oh,
I'll just
can I
give you
take
this.
it?
Yeah.
All right,
And
have a-
until
have a
you
good
watch those, can you promise me to not oppress any animal?
I will do my best. I'll think about it and with my choice I'll take away.
Come on, don't oppress any animals until you watch the video. It's
I
not
will.
that big
I
of
will.
a deal.
Oh, okay.
It's not that big
Until
of a
I
deal.
watch the video, I can
Okay,
promise you that.
Okay, thank you.
Oh,
Have a
have
good
a-
one. This is what I find the saddest, everybody. This is the saddest part for me. When people agree, when people understand, but then they don't want to change. When all they want to do is just, well, I'm going to think about it. I'm going to think about it. Imagine if you were in the position of the victim for a second and somebody tells you, well, I'm going to think about it. I might make a little bit more victims. It's nonsense. I don't like this. I don't like this kind of people. And today apparently is going to be this kind of people. We're going to have people who will just be, well, I think I can do it. I think I don't have responsibility. People who, because that's essentially what the first person was doing also. When you speak about what you eat, when you speak about what you get out of it, you're evading the responsibility that you have towards the horror that you're making, towards the oppression that you're committing. Same thing. Everybody just wants to evade responsibility. So I think that start from now on today I'm going to hold people accountable. I'm going to do a little bit of a different thing, okay? I'm going to focus more on their responsibility. People are not going to like it, everybody, so stick around. Hey, you guys want to have a... Yeah, sure. Are you okay being live on YouTube?
Yeah, of course. What's up, guys?
You want to come here so that you're in view?
Yeah, of course.
What are you guys' names?
My name's
Alex.
Mikey.
Mikey, I'm Chip.
Alex,
Chip.
what's your name?
Alex.
I'll join it as well. I'm friends with him. My name's Jack.
Jack. Where are you guys from?
From Sydney.
Sydney,
Sydney,
Australia.
Australia.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm an animal rights activist. I'm from Romania, but I live here. I'm an animal rights activist. How do you feel about animals?
I love animals. Yeah, I'm a big
love
animal
animals.
fan.
Yeah.
Got a little dog at home, like, you know, big animal fan.
Okay.
Yeah, got a couple pets.
Okay, so let me tell you
I
something
like
that
eating them. as
something
well.
that I would like to do is I specifically for dogs is I breed dogs into existence.
Oh, right.
I kill them at the age of 1 because they stop growing at that age, and then I use their body as a punching bag. How do you feel about that?
Why are you
I
pulling
know-
out
I
leg?
know-
You're
I know-
pulling out
yeah,
leg
I know
type,
line.
man.
I know line. That's insane.
Why are you pulling out leg?
How do you feel about that?
That's pretty
pretty bad.
disgusting.
It's
Are you
disgusting.
going to
Yeah.
tell me that's exactly what they do to pigs right now?
Why is that disgusting? I need to work out.
No, that's it. It's gonna
Yeah,
lead on
it's
to-
going to lead
Are
on
you-
to
are you
some
a
pigs.
vegan or a vegetarian?
Wait, let's finish
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
off.
we'll
Okay.
I need to work out, so why is that bad?
Yeah, because they've got like a conscience, everything, and
Yeah.
got
Punching
feelings.
Say it again.
Just
Ah,
buy a
punching
punching
bag.
bag.
So I have an alternative, huh?
Yeah.
You're like breeding them into existence to kill them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and that's bad.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
pretty
do
bad.
harm to them. Yeah.
For just like your own personal use.
Yeah.
Okay, what if I pay somebody to do it? Is that better?
No, it's
No.
not better.
That's not better. Okay. So do you think that when we buy animal products, the same thing we pay for?
I need to hit my protein, bro. I don't
I
like
think,
it.
I think I'm bigger than you, dude. I get more
Oh,
protein.
that's crazy, that's crazy. What's your bench? What's your bench?
My bench?
Yeah, yeah.
125 kg.
Oh, you actually get mine. I'm 130.
Kg?
Yeah.
Wait, 125
I couldn't do it right now.
No, but I think like it's
Online
fair,
is
but like I just like eating meat.
How mad is like
A steak.
steak?
Yeah.
Wagyu. Shit. So we'll leave it to it. We're not the right ones to do this.
I don't know. But I do know what you mean. Like,
There is a contradiction in your view. What do you mean? You
Yeah.
just admitted that it's wrong because we bring them into existence to kill them. We do exactly the same thing to these animals. And you can get the plant-based steak if you like steak so much. I had one a couple of days ago and it was like almost identical to a normal steak.
It is more expensive though.
No, it's actually cheaper.
Is
Actually,
it?
I looked it up. It was
Really?
50% cheaper.
In my
Is it
local
still-
supermarkets in Australia, it's
Is it
much
still
more expensive.
protein heavy?
Yeah.
It's not protein heavy, the steak specific, but like you can get protein from other sources. I have like 250 grams of protein per day every day. So
Crazy.
yeah, so you can definitely get your protein intake, but like, you know,
Isn't that like too much?
I don't know.
No,
It
it's-
might be too much.
No,
I'm,
250 is
I'm
good.
one of those
It's
gym
great.
bros
Who's-
that's
who's
obsessed with
smoking a
protein.
joint?
So you know how it is when you go to the gym. I'm like, I'm just gonna
Yeah.
put as much protein as I can in it. But
Yeah.
you know, the thing is, we can get nutrition. We can be healthy on a plant-based diet. So then, bringing animals into existence only to kill them, regardless of their species, is bad, right? I'm assuming you wouldn't do it to a dog, like we
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
discussed
it's
it.
very cooked.
I guess it's just like how intelligent are these animals compared to our pets?
Well, actually, cows are fairly similar intelligence to dogs, and pigs are considerably more intelligent than dogs.
A lot more intelligent than your dog, Alex.
Pigs are, I think, the third most intelligent animal on the planet.
Yeah,
I
no,
think
pigs
we'll
are
move
actually
on.
pretty.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
We're stoned as fuck. We're stoned as fuck as well. So-
What?
What's up, guys?
I mean, we just, you know.
Well, you don't need to
How
do
many
all
followers
this.
do you
know?
have?
I don't know, like 5,000, not a lot.
Shit, that's pretty mad. Can I add you?
Yeah. Let me give you a card. So can I give you guys cards at least
of
this?
course.
So
You don't waste your card. Save some money.
Okay.
I'll just,
We'll just scan it. real quick.
okay, so there's a thing there called Dominion, or the most important speech lever here. Just learn a little bit about what you're paying for, guys. That's all I'm saying. Just be
Yeah.
mindful about what you're paying for, okay?
Can I get it as well?
I know
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is pretty bad, but I just think beyond that, I've got bigger and better things to think about. To be honest.
Chip card.
Would you
It's
do?
like-
Would you have the same feeling if it were dogs?
Yeah, no, sorry, no.
No.
Completely
What if it
different.
was
Come on, man. Respect
What if it
all
was a
animals.
pet
The
Yeah.
cow didn't
I
choose to be
understand.
born a cow, and they only go through this because you pay for it. I'm not asking you to stay on the street like I am. I'm asking you to make the bare minimum and make a different choice. I'm in the supermarket. Instead of buying this, buy this. You get your own protein and everything intake. That's what I'm saying.
But
You
also,
take-
I also
you
like
take many-
chicken. I like eggs. Is this meat like whole entire produce? Because if like we stop, like, oh no, I don't want to fade into this. I'm not giving you content.
Thanks, man. Have a good one.
I told you, everyone, it's one of those days. It's one of those days. We'll still do our best, everybody. That's why I'm here, to do our best, you know. That's all we can hope for. Would that same cow have been even born in the industry if the industry didn't exist? Probably not, and that's lucky to them. If I were born into slavery, and if I was born in a place where people sexually exploit me, take my babies away, and then kill me and my babies, I think I'd rather not be born in that place in the first place. I don't have any freedom and stuff. That's what animals go through. This whole Chip, you are fake, says Jim Bill. Jim Bill, you are welcome to challenge me if that's what you think, and you are welcome not to like me. That's fine. You don't have to like me. Just listen to the message that I'm saying, and that is, please stop oppressing innocent animals. All animals deserve to live, okay? All animals deserve to be free. All animals deserve autonomy for their own fucking body. It's insane that we are asking for the bare minimum of body autonomy. Their right to decide for their own body. Hi. Are you okay being live on my YouTube channel? How old are you?
20.
20. Okay, that's fine. You look young. You want to come here so that you can review? What's your name?
Sebastian.
Sebastian. I'm Chip. Nice to meet you.
Nice
Where are you
to
from,
meet you.
Sebastian?
I'm from Spain.
From Spain.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. So I'm an animal rights. I'm Chip, by the way. I'm an animal rights activist, and I fight for the rights of animals. How do you feel about animals?
I feel good about them.
Feel
I
good
think
about
they're some very nice animals. I think they deserve all the life they get.
So last week I went to a farm where, let me explain what they were doing, dog farm specifically. They were bringing dog into existence. It's kind of weird. Some of them were selling them off and some, they were killing them so that they can use their bodies as punching bags. How do you feel about that?
First part, I feel like that's just how business works. That's a dark side of business. Second part, I think, is not a good thing ever.
It's not a good thing. So
No.
bringing them into existence to kill them is not good? Or what exactly is bad about it?
I mean, I feel like using the punching bags, that would be very inhumane.
But they're dead by then, right? When you're done.
Still, if that's their sole purpose, I think that is incorrect
Why is that bad though?
because it's abuse.
Well, they're dead. When
but
it's not abuse, it's
they
abuse of
were
a dead body.
living a thing.
But it's not abuse because they're dead when you use them as a punching bag.
Yeah, but that's like saying that
Is the
you're-
killing abuse?
That's like saying that you're gonna have a baby to use it as a punching bag.
Well,
Which-
why would that be bad? I need to work out, right?
Because-
They need to work
yeah.
out.
Because it's a living animal, and the difference is when you, especially now, if you got the technology, maybe in the past, you did have to use, let's say, a cow's leather to make a punching bag. But I feel like they lived a life, although in the end they were going to turn into that. They still had a life of just sole purpose is to use like their body. I think that is it's a different type of extraction of resources.
Why? So wait a minute. When you say all of these are different, are you saying they're different for you or are they different from the victim? Because it feels to me like the dog being killed is the same as the cow being killed for leather, is the same as the dog being killed to use their body as a punching bag. Once you die, it's lights out. You don't know how your body's going to be used.
That's true, but in the end, everybody dies, and
Well, not everybody gets killed. Let's be clear. These are
that's
killed
true.
animals.
But people do. And,
So do you think it's okay to bring animals into existence for only to kill them?
I would say it depends on the animal.
Depends on the animal.
Yeah.
Why does it depend on the animal?
Because how we've evolved, we gotta eat, and in the end, if we're at the top of the ladder, someone has to be at the bottom. And
So
in that
wait,
case, it's
why
been
do you
normalized
think we have
for-
to eat animals?
Because protein sources, although you can also gather them from other sources,
So you don't need to eat animals.
I would say it's something that we evolved with, and for that reason, I would say it is necessary.
But do you trust science and scientific consensus and nutritional science, like largest organizations of nutritionists on the planet? I'm a certified nutritionist. Empirical evidence, several empirical evidence showing that we can thrive, be healthy on a plant-based diet. Do you trust all that, or do you need to see something else to be able to believe that you don't need animal products?
I feel like there's mixed stories on that. There's a lot of evidence going to
None.
the way.
No evidence against it. No evidence against
I'm
it.
saying there's a lot of evidence going to vegan being very good for you, and you can perfectly live a healthy life. However, there are also instances, because everybody's different, and some people do not thrive on that diet
Because they don't eat enough, yeah.
and they're not. There may not be that many studies on it, but in the end, it might be 1 in a million. Yes, of course. I mean, just from like an environmental perspective.
But there's people who do not thrive on any diet. There's people who do not thrive on
That's
eating
true.
animals also.
That's true.
Well, as you said, 1 in a million. So does that mean that those people who do not thrive on eating animals, they should start eating humans because maybe they thrive on that?
Yeah, but I feel like it's one of these things that it's been going on for so long that that's just human nature in a way.
Does that make it right that it's been going on for so long?
I would say in this context, yes, because it's an animal killing an animal. We're just all animals.
Well, we're not. As I said, it's not an animal killing an animal. It's an animal bringing an animal into existence for the purpose of killing them. No animal does that in the wild, if that's your concern. And even if they did, who cares? Animals rape in the wild. Animals commit infanticide in the wild. Why would we care what animals do in the wild? We as humans hold ourselves to a higher standard. We do things that no animal does anyway. So why on earth would we all of a sudden cling onto this small thing and use it as a justification to commit violence?
Because it's a power within us that's superior to our minds. It's like the power of love. It's an emotion. It's a drive.
But you can be healthy on a plant-based diet. So You're essentially saying you can be healthy on a plant-based diet, you can be healthy eating animals. So why would you choose the more violent one?
Because you got this animal drive in you to.
You got this animal drive in you. You can also say that about raping somebody. It's an animal drive.
But I would say that's a mental dysfunction.
Well, I would say it's a mental dysfunction to choose violence over non-violence, isn't it?
And that's where. Because
Do you think it's better to choose violence?
For what?
For whatever reason.
No,
No, but you choose violence when you buy animal products, don't you?
not necessarily. I feel like it's because we become so unattached from the whole process. Because I remember when I was younger and in my small town, the local butchers, I mean, you would see what they would do and it's horrible. But in the end,
But still, violence still happens to them. Just because you don't see it doesn't mean it doesn't happen.
I have seen it, that's what I'm saying. And I know that that happens, but many people haven't seen it, they just see it as another product.
So why don't you stop paying for it? If you have seen it, if you think it's bad,
Because
why
I
do
feel
you
like it's
continue
part of the
supporting
culture.
it? So
I'm
what?
Spanish, so
there
you
was,
should know
oh,
that.
wait a minute. It's cultural in certain parts of the world to cut off the clitoris of women.
Yeah.
Are you okay with
and
that?
There are lots of cultures that are not what I believe is right. But
So why would we care if it's culture? Culture is just something that everybody has done for a while.
Yeah.
The only way to improve one society is to, put culture aside or put culture under a question mark. And if what you see it is wrong, why would you continue supporting it?
the thing is, you see in this imperfect world, there's so many things to solve. I don't believe that's at the top of the list.
Doesn't matter because you don't have to. You can fight for whatever cause you want while at the same time choosing to not oppress animals. All I'm saying is that you make this choice 3 times a day and you can say instead of I'm going to choose to oppress an animal, choose to no longer oppress an animal.
I think this is deeply rooted in culture, and
I think it's just an excuse.
I disagree. I disagree because if you,
So how important is culture to you?
it's quite important actually.
That's
Coming
quite
from a mixed background, I feel like it changes a lot what you're exposed
So
to.
do you believe in Santa Claus?
Um,
Do you still do all the
that's
Santa
an-
Claus stuff? That's
That's
cultural.
an interesting question.
I'm just because I'm sure you're picking and choosing
Yeah.
from the culture, man. Like,
Yeah.
be honest
No,
with me. This
no,
is bullshit.
no.
You're not doing everything that's within the Spanish culture, are you? You're just
No,
picking and
listen.
choosing the ones that you want, like everybody else on this planet.
No. You grow up with a culture, and you're exposed to it, and then once you become a certain age, you develop your own thoughts about that culture. For example, the Spanish culture is very popular. However, now it's getting way more and more attack against it with the bullfighting. I think.
Are you for bullfighting?
I think that is not something. That
Wait a
should
minute,
be
but
done.
it's cultural.
I know. But
So
now
you're for
I've
it?
come to an age where I realize that is not something I support. However,
Wait, why not?
that's-
Because it's cultural.
That's deeply rooted in my culture.
So you support it.
But I feel like everybody has free will, free thought, so they can decide if they want to stay.
So
rooted
it
to
isn't culture.
every
It's a
aspect of the
choice, as you're
culture or
saying.
not.
So
No.
exactly what you're saying, because
Culture
there's-
is what you're brought up with.
But thank you for bringing this argument, for
Yeah.
showing the contradiction in your view, because you're saying bullfighting is a cultural thing, and you reject it. This is also a cultural thing, consuming animal products, but you don't reject it. So it's not about culture; it's about your choices. Because you can't reject
However-
culture.
Okay, but it's like saying. So I'm giving a list, right? I'm giving a list of Spanish culture. Let's say tapas, bullfighting, and singing the anthem, right? So when you give this list, when you get to a certain age, you might say, I like this, I don't like this, I like this.
I'm not asking you to justify the fact that you choose
However-
culture. Everybody
No,
chooses
wait,
culture.
No, wait, but let's just say this, right? So what you're saying is that, you're using culture, but if it's not even on the list, if eating animals was not even on the list, then that would be completely different, and that would be a choice.
No, you don't see. It's still a choice. As you just
It's a
mentioned now, you
choice.
have a list.
It's the choice
you
to
choose
follow.
between
It's
that
a choice
list.
to follow.
Yeah. So why do you choose to follow the one that is violent?
It's a choice to follow.
So why do you choose to follow
Because
violence? To support violence?
Because I enjoy eating meat.
So it's not culture. It's because your enjoyment. So you are okay
But-
with the idea of paying for violence out of enjoyment. Just like it is for bullfighting. It's the same thing. It's insane that you don't see it.
The thing is, I do see it, but as I said before, this is
But a lot of
It's-
people, but a lot of people
it's the
think
levels in
bullfighting
it.
is bad, and a lot of people don't think eating meat is bad. So therefore, you will just go by a lot of people do instead of thinking for yourself, isn't it?
it's the level of hierarchy in animals.
Well, that
That's-
same level of hierarchy, the bulls have the same level of hierarchy as a cow. Yet you think it's okay, it's wrong to use a bull for entertainment, but it's okay to use a cow for your enjoyment, for pleasure, for taste pleasure. So it's the same thing, isn't it?
And let's say you take away technology. How would you survive? Do you think you can harvest
Who
all
gives a
these?
shit? I have technology.
Yeah, but what if you don't?
Well, what if I don't?
Yeah, what
If
if you
I'm in
go
a situation
back
where
3,000
listen, if I'm
years?
in a situation in a deserted island where I will die unless I eat a human being, I'm gonna eat a fucking human being to survive.
Yeah.
But that does not justify on me day to day going around and killing humans to eat them, does it? So in a situation of desperation, of survival, you can justify doing horrific things. That does not justify on a day to day where you can choose otherwise.
For me, it's survival.
It's not survival. You just said
For
it's
me-
taste. Because you
For
can
me, it's
survive and be
survival,
healthy without it.
Because I've tried a variety
So
of
you're
diets.
contradicting what you said earlier.
What?
That you can be healthy on a plant-based diet.
I said that, yeah, you can be healthy on a plant-based
So it's
diet.
it's not survival because you can survive. If you can
No,
be healthy,
but
you can
I'm
survive on a
talking about
plant-based
my
diet.
personal situation. I've tried various diets.
So what is different about your
And
body
on-
that is
on-
different from other bodies?
Well, I would have to do a deep analytical situation on that,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't know.
Sure.
But what I do know is that I've tried several diets, and the one that was,
Well, being vegan is not a diet.
then was it considered?
It's not considered anything. It's a moral principle of rejecting the idea that animals are objects for you to use.
I mean, how do you define a diet then?
a diet is something that you put in your mouth. It's something you use. Veganism is about the animals.
So it's like the arrangement of
the
resources
diet,
that you
the
consume.
plant-based diet is just a consequence of being vegan. Like imagine this way, if we had a society where we ate women, then being a feminist would also have a diet behind it because it would mean not eating women. Being a vegan means respecting their animal rights, and as a consequence, you're not going to eat them because you respect their rights.
But it's still a diet. We
No, it's
use
not.
the word vegan as
You use it, but it's not a diet. Diet is
Okay.
just a consequence of it because you also don't wear leather, you don't go to zoos, and you don't support bullfighting like you do.
Okay, but if you look on the dictionary, what does vegan say? Does it say it's
The moral principle of rejecting animal exploitation.
Okay, and there's probably another definition.
No, that's it. It's
Sub-definition.
It's a
of
moral
what people use
principle
that
and the
word for.
lifestyle that accompanies it to reject animal exploitation.
Yeah, but what I'm saying
Why are
is,
you contradicting me on this, dude? I've been a vegan and an animal rights activist. What are you trying to get out of this?
I'm not trying to get out anything. You're the one that's got the come talk to me sign.
Yeah, I have this sign because I'm trying to get people to no longer oppress animals, and you're contradicting yourself saying that you're against bullfighting, which is because it's cruel to the animal, but you're okay for taste pleasure to be cruel to an animal. You're okay with sexually exploiting a cow, taking away their babies, and killing their babies so that you can drink their milk or have some cheese out of it.
You see, the difference there is that bullfighting, you're putting an animal on a stage and slowly and gradually killing it.
Oh, and dairy cows, what do? They're not on the stage, but they're still
And being
slowly.
slaughtered is really bad. However, from the bullfighting, you're just getting visual enjoyment. It's something that's
So
just
you get taste pleasure.
just gonna be a memory.
You do it for taste pleasure, man.
If you remove your mind, it's for the survival of your body.
No, you do it for taste pleasure.
You're eating it. It gives
You can get
protein,
you
it
can
gives
get all that.
calories,
You can get all that
energy
without
that you
being
need.
violent. You can get all that without being
Just because you
violent.
can get it doesn't mean that it's not providing
So
you
why do you
something
choose? So wait a minute.
crucial to life.
So why do you choose between? So you can get everything that is crucial to life, everything that your body needs, without being violent towards the animal. Why do you choose the one that's violent towards the animal?
For the many reasons I stated already.
Yeah, taste. You just said that's
That's one
the
of them, yeah.
Yeah. What other reason?
The energy it provides me.
No, energy that provides you, both provide you energy. So you can't say,
But
well,
that's
for
like
the energy
saying-
that provides me, when both of them provide you energy.
But that's like saying instead of like go run and go
No,
walk.
that's like saying I'm asking you to choose between a red ball and a blue ball, and you pick the red ball by saying because it's round. That's like what saying both of them are round. You're
Okay.
choosing the red ball because you prefer red. That's why I'm telling you between two choices that both provide you nutrition, and you choose the one that is violent, and you're doing it for taste pleasure. How is the difference between you and somebody who's paying for a bull to be violent towards a bull for enjoyment? It's the same thing. It's food enjoyment versus enjoyment with your eyes. It's the same thing.
I believe that that is not the same thing because, as I said,
You really want to believe that, but that it is exactly the same
I
thing.
mean,
What's
for
the
you.
difference?
Because that's what I'm saying. Like, if you don't think about its visual, getting pleased visually, I think that's different from
From getting pleasure
No,
from your mouth.
no.
If you get pleasure with your
If I
eyes,
were-
it's different than with your mouth.
But if I would remove my taste buds, it would be for my body, to give my body energy. Although you can do it from other ways.
So if you had no taste buds, would you still pay for violence towards animals?
Yeah.
So why? What's the reason to pay for violence then?
As I said,
You can get nutrition from both.
my diet where I don't have meat every day,
But you can get nutrition from both.
but I see that it helps me.
So you can get nutrition from both. Why
Yes.
choose to be violent?
Another thing is that a lot of vegan products are actually way more expensive.
No, that's not true. We have studies about that. But I'll ask you, why choose to be violent yet again? You said taste. We no longer have taste.
Yeah.
You just said if there's no taste buds.
I already answered that question.
Yeah.
For my body, for the energy.
Well, the energy you can get from both, as I've explained.
Yeah, I know that I can get it from both.
So then why choose the one that's violent?
Because that's like saying, okay, imagine you got all the cattle farms.
No.
and
Let's
you
not.
transformed,
No.
and you transformed them.
It's a simple question.
soybean
You
or
get
whatever.
energy from both. Why choose the one that's violent?
There's a larger supply.
No, it's the same amount of energy from both. Why choose the one that's violent?
No, it's like larger supply as in that you can get.
You can get the same amount of supply from both that would sustain you. Why choose the one that's violent?
There's more availability of it.
There's more of it. Doesn't matter. You have available both of them. Doesn't matter if others don't. You do. You have the same both of them available.
Which I mean-
why choose the one that is violent?
It's cheaper.
Okay. If you find out that it is cheaper, the one that's non-violent is cheaper. Are you gonna stop choosing the one that's violent?
If it tastes good, yeah.
Well, you don't have any taste buds, buddy. We already explained that.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So the only thing holding you back right now is the price.
I mean that's a factor.
Okay, so if I provide you with a resource that helps you adopt a plant-based diet within your budget, within your area, within your taste buds, all of it for free with access to a certified nutritionist, are you gonna stop oppressing animals?
Not today. I'm sorry.
Why? How many more animals should be exploited and killed for you, man?
This is the fallacy of if you change, everyone will change, and unfortunately,
No, there's no fallacy in there. You are responsible for the death, exploitation, and death of 100 animals each year. You consume animal products.
100 animals.
Yeah.
No, I don't eat that much meat.
I don't know how many, upwards of 100. Even one is too much when you can choose not to. Because if somebody were responsible for your killing, your exploitation, I'm sure you wouldn't want them to say, well, I'm not gonna stop today. You're gonna die. Maybe tomorrow I'll stop and somebody else is not gonna die anymore.
Okay, now I'll ask you one question. How do you think we can produce enough of these plant-based resources to feed the whole world?
Well, in fact, if the whole world were plant-based, we would be able to feed the whole world, plus another 500 million people, and have enough land to grow forests back. Because a lot of the crops that we grow to feed the animals. The animals, producing animal products is incredibly unproductive. It takes between 8 to 10 times more land.
But you also destroy loads of forests when you're...
For animal products, yes. It
and
takes
for these,
between...
like, soybeans.
Yeah,
and-
soybeans are grown for animals, buddy. Most of the soy is grown for the animals.
Well, you don't consume that?
Yeah, I do. But do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? That when you're adopting between these two choices that I mentioned, one makes 4 times less land.
The thing is, you need a lot of land.
No, you need 4 times less. We have evidence for this. It takes a vegan can save a vegan's environmental footprint is 25% of that of a person who eats 100 grams of meat a day.
Then the question is, why hasn't it changed?
Why do you think? Because these industries are paying, and because somebody like you, who clearly has the choice, is fighting so much against somebody who's telling you that you can do it. I'm trying to help you to do it, and you're fighting against me and against the rights of animals, against the environment and all of it. Why? Why are you keep fighting this?
It's an industry choice, it's business.
Yeah, it's business for them. It's business for them. It's also business for them to get money from your taxes so that they can lie to you. They lie to you, you know that, right?
Okay, but So, from a business perspective, as a business student, why wouldn't I grow something on a land that requires way less land so I can produce 4 times more?
Yeah, and
Instead
that
of doing
means
meat.
plant-based products.
Yeah.
Plant-based products
So why wouldn't I
produce
switch?
to a plant-based diet.
Because it's a lack of demand.
Yeah, because there's a lack of demand, exactly.
Yeah. So then there's an issue there in the.
So you should stop this demand, shouldn't you?
There's an issue in the promotion and the normality of it.
Yeah. So that's what I'm here on here, because I'm trying to speak for the rights of animals.
Yeah,
But
but-
it also impacts the environment positively, of course.
What I mean is that although I can make the choice of stop eating meat, in 10 years' time it won't make a single difference.
Well, it will in some point, and you can always raise your head and say, hey, I wasn't an animal oppressor. I wasn't a violent towards innocent animals. You can say, at least I stopped. But now you can't say that, can you? Now you can just say, well, I'm violent towards animals because I get pleasure from it. The same as somebody who pays for bullfighting. The same thing.
That's different.
What is the difference between paying for an animal to violence towards an animal because you get pleasure from it? What is the difference?
I already said that. It's
No.
because you're getting energy.
No, the energy you can get from both, as we've
But you can't-
established.
but you
We've,
can't-
it's
Yes,
established
but
as you
I'm
can
saying-
get
no, no, no,
enjoyment
no, no,
from
no.
both. The energy you can get
No,
from
we're
both.
talking about-
All of the sudden,
Okay.
it's about the energy. Come on, man.
I'm saying.
It's bullshit.
Okay, no, but talk about the difference between bullfighting and eating.
They're the same.
They're not the same.
Yeah,
'Cause
they're the same.
no,
In
'cause
fact,
when
the
I
bulls
say-
that are killed are
Okay,
then
okay,
fed
let
to
me talk.
people.
Nice.
The bulls that are then killed are fed to people. You know that, right?
Okay, let me talk. I'm just saying, right? You're saying every time I talk about the food and the energy, you say, but you got another resource. I'm not doing that. I'm comparing visual pleasure and energy.
And taste pleasure.
And energy.
No, not energy. Because you don't do this for energy. We've established
Okay,
that.
I'm-
We've established you make this choice
Okay.
for taste
I
pleasure.
used the wrong word.
So
I'm
it's
not-
taste
I'm
pleasure
not-
versus visual energy.
I'm
visual
not
pleasure.
talking about pleasure anymore. I'm talking about energy and just a visual.
Oh, so your problem is energy then? So when you choose to buy an animal product, then you do it for energy.
Oh my God.
If you can
You're
get the
saying-
same energy from a
You're
plant-based
saying-
product,
you're
why choose
asking
an
me-
animal product?
You're asking me the same question again and again.
Because you don't seem to get it, yeah.
No, you're not getting what I'm saying.
I'm getting it because you're making the comparison. Let me explain what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm comparing between energy and visual pleasure. That's what you're saying. But let me explain
Yeah.
to you this way. We separate the two, okay?
Yeah.
Visual pleasure is bad because I can get visual pleasure from another source. Energy is bad because I can get energy from another source. My choice for visual pleasure, I can choose something else to get visual pleasure. Therefore, me choosing to be violent towards an animal is bad. My choice for energy is bad because I can make a different choice for energy without being violent. It's the same thing. I'm choosing violence for a reason that is not justified, for a reason that I don't need. It's needless violence. Both are needless violence.
I see what you're saying, but what I was saying is that it's two categories. And that's the difference. It's a choice within consumption of energy.
It's the same
and a
choice made
between-
into different
it's a choice
categories.
between visual.
It's the same choice
One
made into different
gives life
categories.
and supports life. The other does
No,
not
no, no.
support life.
One is violent and does not support life. One
Energy
is violent.
supports life, yes or no?
No, not that energy, no.
Well, you don't need energy?
You do, but as I
Okay,
said,
no,
you can
I'm
get
saying-
energy
I'm
from
talking
both.
about the category.
But you understand,
The category of energy.
you understand the choice is not between these two. You understand that, right?
I know, but I'm not talking about that.
So what is the choice that
I'm
you're
saying
making?
within the category.
What is the choice for energy that you're making? What choice are you making when you're choosing energy?
No.
What is the choice? What is your choice? You have two choices. What is your choice when you're choosing the energy?
Both.
So what is your choice?
Both.
One is violent and one is not violent,
Both.
correct? That is the choice that you can make. One is violent and one is
I'm
not
choosing
violent.
both.
You're choosing both violence and non-violence.
Yeah.
So why are you choosing violence if you can get energy without violence?
Because I'm having both.
We're going in circles, man. We're going in
But
circles.
because you don't let me explain this one thing that you
No,
asked me.
I understood it. It's
No.
just your mind can't seem to understand the simple
Oh
perspective
my
that
God.
if you have two choices, one is violent and one is not violent, and you choose the violent one because
You're the
why?
one going in circles now.
Yeah, we are, because you are choosing violence.
Because
Yeah.
I'm saying
No, let me show you, just to be sure, because you don't seem to be clearly understanding what I'm saying.
I do understand.
No, you're not. You don't. It's pretty clear that you don't. Let me show you.
Oh, okay. You know what I think.
Yeah. I do in this particular scenario. There you go. This.
I've seen that.
You're
I told you.
You're choosing for this.
This is not surprising me.
Okay, so if you can choose not this to get the same amount of energy, everything that your body needs, how can you justify this? As simple as that. How do you justify this? What makes this right when you can choose for this to not happen?
Are you gonna let me answer your question?
If you answer
from
exactly
before?
this, what makes this the right thing when you don't need to do it?
What makes this the right thing when you don't need to do it? What makes it the wrong thing?
Because it's violent towards an innocent sentient being.
That's what you're deciding, though.
No. It is violence. This is violence. Are you rejecting the violence?
No.
Okay. Are you rejecting that they're an innocent sentient being?
The living animal, yes.
They're an innocent sentient being. So this is why it's wrong, because it's violence towards an innocent sentient being.
Okay.
Okay. So why choose violence over what makes it right to be violent towards an innocent sentient being when there is no necessity for it?
That's what I said before. We're animals. And you say that we're humans, got this big choice, but deep inside we're still animals. That was one of my main
I think we're
arguments.
done, man. I think we're done. I hope I'll give you a card just to listen to this interview back, and maybe you can hear the contradictions in your view, because there really are a lot of them. I really am just here to fight for the animals.
I know.
But your choice is pretty clear, man. One is violence and one is not violence. You want to put up a bravado and be a big man and saying because I like it or because this is the right choice, you do that. But be aware that that's not what a strong person does if that's what you want to be. A strong person does not oppress the innocent and the defenseless because they get pleasure or because they want to. They fight for their rights. They protect them. They don't just oppress them because everybody else does it. If you want to be a strong person, you got to stand up to what everybody else does because it's the right thing to do, not because everybody else does it. I'm just saying.
I didn't try and show or be some kind of persona, but
That's
if
how it
that was
felt
your
like to me. That's what it
interpretation,
felt like to me when I
then
showed you
sure.
that violence.
Yeah.
With the first you said it was not nice to see. Now you said to me you behaved as if that's normal and that's okay.
I didn't say that was normal. I explained. I said, I mean, you can look it back later. I said, I've already seen it. Because I
Sure.
told you already that I'd already
Whatever,
seen it.
man. Whatever. As I said, the conversation is run its way.
But can I just say one last thing,
Sure.
please? For me, it's something, energy from either source. I know, either source. It's a choice. You can make the wrong choice or right choice. One is energy. You need it for life. I know you can choose.
Both are energy you need
yeah,
for life.
Yeah. Both. You can both. You can live off of both, and you both need them to survive. The
No,
visual
you don't need
choices,
both.
The visual choices, the audio choices, those do not. Like, it doesn't matter if you
It's
you might
exactly
die
the
from
same.
like mental disorder or something.
It's needless violence. That's all it is. They're both
But-
needless violence.
But one, you need to physically survive.
No, you don't need this needless violence. It's pretty clear,
no,
as I said.
No, energy. I'm talking about.
Yeah, you can get energy without the
Yes,
needless
yes.
violence.
Yes, but
So
you,
then
but
it's
you
not
need.
need-
But
so-
you need it to survive. Yes or
Not
no?
the needless violence,
But you need energy to survive.
but not the needless violence.
You need energy to survive.
Not the
Yes
needless,
or no?
not the violence.
Okay, but you need energy.
Doesn't matter. You don't need the violence. Do you understand that you don't need the violence?
But just let me say, you need energy. Yes.
Yes, but not the violence.
Okay. And do you need visual anything?
Yeah, you do. You do need visual
you don't.
stimulation. Yes, you do.
What? So blind people just die?
I'm not
after a
saying
year?
visual stimulation. You need entertainment. We as humans
No,
need
you
entertainment. Yes, you do.
You can live without
No, you can't. You're going to be
visual
the.
entertainment.
No, I'm not talking about visual entertainment specifically. Entertainment in general.
That
You
was the
need
category
it.
that we were talking about.
Oh, brother, stop strawmanning the argument, man. Stop running the argument trying to make a sense. You know what I mean. You are paying for needless violence the same as somebody who's paying for needless violence.
you're just
What's
getting
the
pissed
difference
now.
between needless violence?
No, you could just.
I'm not getting pissed. I'm just saying you're
Yes, you
both
are.
needless violence. No,
Because-
I'm not. Stop tone policing me. I'm just saying needless violence is needless violence. You reject this idea because you know everybody rejects this needless violence, but you don't want to reject this needless violence because everybody's okay with this needless violence. So you're just following what everybody else does. Instead of saying no to the needless violence, you're saying, well, I'm going to say no to this needless violence, but I'm not going to say no to this needless violence. Both are needless violence. Do you understand that?
I understand that,
So there you go.
but I'm saying you need one to survive. One
You don't need the first violence to survive. You can survive without the violence.
energy.
You can get energy without the violence.
Yes,
So
so you
the
need that
violence
to
is
survive.
needless. Is the violence needless?
But you asked me what?
Is the violence needless?
Oh my God.
Is the violence needless?
You asked me the question. What's the difference between bullfighting
Is the violence needless?
and eating?
Yeah, let me
animals?
walk you through it. Is the violence of animals for energy.
I know what you're
is
saying.
the violence
I
for
see what
energy
you're saying.
needless?
I see what you're saying. Yes.
Is the violence
yes,
for energy?
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
it is needless
I
violence.
see what you're saying.
It is needless violence, correct?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so finish, please. Let's walk through it. It is needless violence, isn't it?
But I'm not claiming that. I'm not stating
So
that.
if it's needless violence, then on this side
We're
where we're
answering
doing
different
bullfighting,
questions.
so it is needless violence for energy, it is needless violence for pleasure. What's the difference between needless violence, whatever reason?
I'm just saying, what does the human body need to survive?
Not
Energy.
Not from violence.
Energy. I'm
Not
not
from
talking
violence.
about that.
Who cares about that?
My
Okay, so what? So what if we need energy?
So my statement to the answer is of what's the difference between bullfighting and eating meat is that for eating meat or with a category of energy, you need that for
No,
your
you don't
body
need
to
the
survive.
violence. You don't need the
However,
violence.
the visual pleasure or visual entertainment, your body does not need that to survive. You will continue to live as
You need
long as you have
entertainment.
energy. That is science, that's something, and that's my answer between the difference between bullfighting and eating.
No,
One
in order
is-
to be healthy, just to be clear, in order to be healthy, you need mental stimulation. Do you not agree with that?
That's why I said that you can end up dying from mental disorder. But,
So you do need mental
if you don't
stimulation.
eat, in 2 weeks you're dead.
So you do need mental stimulation. As a person, to be healthy, you need mental
For
stimulation.
the long term, yes. Short
Yeah,
term,
sure.
no. You
So
can
the
go
same you need mental
years and years.
stimulation. So the same as you do mental stimulation to be healthy, the same you need energy to be healthy. And in the same way, mental
No, it's
stimulation
different.
that is coming from
It's different.
optional exploit or from optional violence, energy that's coming from optional violence. The only difference is that one kills you sooner than the other. That's the only difference that you mentioned just now. You're saying that if you don't get enough mental stimulation, you're gonna die later. But if you don't get food, you're gonna die
Or
sooner.
you might die earlier
But
than
both
what
are
you would have
needs.
died.
Both are needs. Doesn't matter. Both
It's
are
not on
needs.
the same level. It's like saying
Doesn't matter because both are needs that it doesn't even matter if they're needs or not. What matters is that you're fulfilling that need, that want, that whatever, by paying for needless violence. It doesn't matter what it is behind it. You're just paying for needless violence to fulfill something. Doesn't matter what that something is. Doesn't matter if that something is visual pleasure, taste pleasure, or energy. You're paying for needless violence. That's the similarities. Do you understand that?
yes, I do.
So then that's the whole point. There's no difference to the victim. Both are being needlessly violent towards. You're being needlessly violent towards both of them for no reason, for no good reason.
I understand that, but my reason for why I don't support bullfighting is that because I don't think that's necessary to live.
Neither is eating meat, man. Neither is eating meat.
Consuming anything.
Neither is eating meat. As I said, I know you want to stay away from this. I know you want to find your way, but neither is eating meat. It's not necessary. Neither is bullfighting. None of them are necessary. Both are fucking awful. Both are fucking violent. Why choose either of them?
One is worse than the other, in my opinion.
Well, in your opinion, it's worse because you grew up to accept one but not the other. Because nowadays, because of animal rights activists like myself, we shed a light on the atrocities of bullfighting. But when we shed the light of the atrocities that happen behind animal agriculture, like how I showed you just now, the violence, you put up a bravado and you said that's fine. I'm just saying, man, come on.
You keep on saying that, but that's not what I said.
So is it fine or not?
I said it's not fine.
It's not fine. So why pay for it then?
That's the first thing that you asked me and I answered.
So why pay for it then?
Because I'm consuming.
There you go. The same reason. Why
Yeah.
pay for it? Because I pay for it. Same.
sorry,
you see,
like,
it's the same. Why pay for bullfighting?
That is just
Because I
something
want to
I
pay for
consume.
it.
Same,
Yeah.
same way
Same as the
someone-
bullfighting people. They just choose that for the same reason as you choose that. Because you want to. You make the same choice for the same reason. You choose needless violence because you want
Yeah,
to.
but it's rooted in way more complex emotional
No,
things
this
than
is
that.
all just motivated reasoning in your mind, trying to justify
But
one
my
or
mind
the other,
controls
to
my
feel
body.
good about
But
yourself.
my mind controls my body.
You
so
know for a fact that they're both the same thing. You know for a fact that if you're on the other side,
it's not the same thing.
yeah, whatever, man. I hope you watch the conversation back and you
Yeah, I will.
listen to something. Have a good one. I'll just give you a fist bump. I don't think I can give a handshake right now. Okay. Have a good one. I don't know. I just feel dirty doing that. Sorry. Have a good one. Cheers.
Okay. Well, yeah, good luck.
Was neat. I'm trying to end conversations. I'm trying to end conversations faster. This makes no sense, everybody. I'm sorry. Somebody made a donation. It wasn't a good job. I don't like what I did. I tried explaining in several ways. I hope he listens back. I don't want to be mean to him. I don't like being mean to him. I don't see anything, huh? I do see a donation, but I don't see the whatever. I feel bad because he was such a good kid too. Like he was such a nice person, and I feel bad the fact that we ended up in this situation. You know, I don't like it when we end up in these situations. I don't like. You should have told him that the bulls used for bullfighting are used for food as well. I told him that at some point. And I don't like it when we reached the cognitive dissonance was so strong, wasn't it? Like this whole point of energy was so strong. It's the same. It's the same. It's the same. Choosing bullfighting and choosing meat is the same. It's a needless violence choice. It's the same. This discussion saddened me. I'll give you that. This discussion saddened me. He did seem like a really smart person, but this whole idea of really didn't wanting to believe it, because it was pretty clear that he really didn't want to believe that it's the same. He really wanted to find a way around it. He really wanted to, and it's kind of sucks when you really want to find a way around it. Why? Because you enjoy it. He couldn't let go. Yeah. Well, I also didn't let go, DJR. It's not like I was any better at that, right? We both didn't let go. So yeah. Pia said I did super. I don't think I did that well. I don't think I had this conversation was a good one. I don't think it was. I'm proud of this conversation at all. The repetition is what triggers me. It's what takes me. It's what I don't like a lot. Judging others but not wanting to be also judged. Jim Billy, you were just here when I just judged myself. What the fuck are you talking about, man? Jesus Christ, man. It's never good enough. It's never good enough with you people. You just want to see me like a villain so that you can continue supporting the violence towards innocent animals. Ugh. Just stop being violent. That's all I'm asking. Stop being violent. It's needless. It's needless violence. It's sad. Yeah, you people. Yeah, sure, get offended because that's what it is. I think that he was just being disingenuous. You did great, but he was not wanting to have an authentic conversation. I don't know what it was. Oh, look at that. Somebody says protect plants. Jim Bill. Oh, all of a sudden you changed your mind and say protect plants. Well, Jim Bill, then you should be vegan because on a plant-based diet you kill less plants. Hi.
What's the social experiment
I just
about?
ask you some questions, get you to think a little bit.
Okay.
Are you okay being live on my YouTube channel?
No.
Yeah?
No.
No? Then you can't. I can't do the social experiment if you're not okay. being live.
Okay. Then
Okay.
that's fine.
Okay, you can be off camera if you want.
Okay.
Okay, is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, then let me turn this around a little. But
Okay.
you gotta go somewhere.
Okay.
here.
Can
Okay.
I be like here?
Yeah, that's fine. You're not on camera. What's your name?
Carmen.
Carmen. I'm Chip. Nice to meet you. Carmen, I'm an animal rights activist. I fight for the animals. How do you feel about animals?
I love animals.
You love animals. Do you think animals deserve rights?
Of course.
What rights do you think they deserve?
I feel the same rights as like any like living human being. I was vegetarian for like 2 years more or less.
So do you think they deserve the right to their own body, to decide for their own body, like body autonomy?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, right. That's pretty basic, right?
Yeah.
It's not that big of a right, right?
Yeah.
And do you think that when we buy animal products, maybe in the shape of food, clothing, or maybe we go to zoos, we're paying for their body autonomy to be taken away from them?
Could be, yeah.
Could be.
Yeah. And it should be like more fair, I feel.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
do you think we can ever be fair to an animal when we're buying an animal product?
I don't know.
Let's,
I don't know.
let's talk about dairy cows, for instance. Do you know why cows produce milk?
No. So explain it to me.
Yeah, so why would you produce milk?
Because I'm lactating
Yeah, and when does that happen?
when I'm pregnant, I guess.
Exactly, when you have a baby, right? So,
Yeah.
so cows the same thing. They're a mammal, so they
Yeah.
produce milk when they have a baby. Do you think they get pregnant like us when we want to, or do you think they get pregnant when the farmer wants to?
Yeah, of course, there's like when the farmer wants to, I guess.
Do you think that's fair to impregnate an animal because we want to get them pregnant to
No,
get
I don't
milk from
think
them?
so.
Yeah, that's number one, and I agree with you. When the babies are born, we separate them from their mothers. Do you know why we do that? Because if they stay with their mother, they drink the milk. So, you know, we gotta take the milk. That's why we impregnated them in the first place. If the baby is born male, what do you think happens to them? They're useless to the industry. They're classed as useless to the industry.
They'll just turn into like food for like us.
Yeah, they'll kill them, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where veal comes from. And if the baby is born female, they stay separated from their mother. Then they, when they're at the age where they can get pregnant, they impregnate them. When their babies are born, same thing. They take away their babies, they exploit them for milk, and they do this repeatedly year over year, up until the age of 6 or 8, when they kill them also. Kill also the mothers or the females. Cows can live 25 years. Do you know why they kill them at the age of 6?
6 years.
Yeah.
Can live up to what? To how many
24, 25 years.
years? To eat them, no?
Well, it's because they can't get them pregnant anymore. So they can't get milk out of them. So then they got to get something out of them, so they kill them. Don't you think this is objectifying them in a way that they shouldn't be objectified?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Do you think that we as consumers, when we buy these products, have responsibility towards this happening?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, because we choose to pay for it, it happens, right? Do you think we can choose something else?
Yeah, I feel like there are a lot of alternatives.
There are, yeah. So what would you call a person that rejects all of these things that happen to animals and respect their rights?
How would you call them? Vegans.
There you go.
Vegans. Yeah.
Vegans. Have you ever considered being vegan?
I was vegan for a year.
You were vegan for a year. I'm assuming you were plant-based, right? Because being vegan is about animal rights.
I was plant-based. Like I ate a lot of like tempeh, tofu, like all of that. Yeah. Like
So what happened? Why'd you stop?
because I just have like health issues, so I just had to have like more animal protein. But I try to limit how much animal products I eat.
But you don't need animal protein. You know that, right?
Yeah.
We need protein. We need more.
Yeah.
So a lot of the times when people adopt a plant-based diet, what happens is because in our current diets, in our current society, we eat very little fiber. And when you start eating a plant-based diet, you're going to be eating a lot of fiber. You're going to be feeling full faster. You're going to feel a bit bloated. So you're going to be eating less. So a lot of the times, that's why the people who become vegan or adopt a plant-based diet, they end up thinner or losing weight or maybe losing muscle because they don't eat enough. But if you eat enough, you're not going to have any issues. But let me put it this way, because I actually have access to a certified nutritionist. I can give you resources for all of this. Is there anything holding you back from adopting a plant-based diet or from going vegan for the animals today? This is a question for both of you, by the way. Because it seems like your values are in line. Like you think it is unfair what we do to them.
I think the reason more people aren't vegan is because maybe it's more because I think when I was vegan, you would have to think, to be more creative with recipes and stuff like that.
It has come better these days.
Yeah,
I don't know how.
There's a lot more alternatives and
Yeah.
everything, but I think maybe more people aren't vegan just because of the convenience. Because you have
It
to
is
go
more convenient,
out
I
of your
agree.
way to find alternatives, to find all different things, and I guess animal products are just so much more available to us that it just becomes easier to not have a plant-based vegan diet.
Yeah, but let me take another injustice and just put it in perspective. It may sound a little bit absurd, but imagine when women were given rights. Women didn't have rights for a long time, right? And imagine if the men stood up and said, "Hey, it's inconvenient for me for women to not have rights. I can't force them to cook for me anymore, right? They have rights now." That would be a silly reason to not give them rights, right? Because of the inconvenience. So it's the same I'm saying about this situations. It's indeed that it is more convenient to be not vegan in a not vegan world, but I feel like if our values say that it's wrong what we do to animals, we should live up to our own values, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But there are so many like little things to like take into account. Like I had to like start eating like fish again because of iron.
Yeah.
Like my nutritionist told me so. Like I went to like 5 different doctors.
I'm a
and-
nutritionist also myself, by the way.
Yeah, so basically I need to like get my iron levels higher because like the red blood cells, I had them at like 6 and they should be between like 12 and 14. And they told me, look, there's another way. You need to like start eating like mussels, for example. Which
But
are,
didn't you supplement it?
I was supplementing, but my body did not process it the way. it
Did you
should.
also take vitamin C at the same time? Because vitamin C helps with iron absorption. Otherwise, the iron doesn't get absorbed well enough.
Yeah, but chronically I have like low iron.
Yeah.
Like
A lot
I-
of women do, yeah.
From like I don't know, 12, maybe now I'm 21,
Yeah.
like 9 years. So basically, I needed to change it, and they were like, "Look, you really need to start eating mussels. You need to." They didn't talk anything about
Yeah.
like meat, mainly like mussels, and I don't know how to call them, but in Spanish they're called berberechos, which are like the biggest like iron concentration. So I was like kind of like forced out of it, you know.
But let me put it this way. So if you have access to a nutritionist that could help you adopt a plant-based diet to help you also with your iron issue, would you see it as any reason as continuing paying for animal products?
I don't know, maybe not.
I can
maybe
understand
not.
it can be scary, right, to think about it, but you would have access to a nutritionist because I understand your situation is a bit special, right?
Yeah.
You need this. So if you have that access where there's a specialist there to help you out, wouldn't that help curb some of the concerns?
Yeah, I feel like it could help, but also it really varies from like person to person, you know, because as you can have a nutritionist, they can tell you like you need to do this and that,
Yeah.
and you can have it in your mind, but I'm telling you, like not even like 60% of people will like actually do it. You know, they will not follow it.
What the nutritionist says.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you would, right? Because it's in your interest to do it.
Yeah, but I'm just telling you.
I mean,
like,
doesn't matter. It would be in your interest. It doesn't matter if others don't do it or do it, right? Because at the end of the day, your values say it's wrong to do this to animals. So it's in your interest to follow through with your own values, and it's in your interest to be healthy. So you would have to follow through just to be healthy. But let me,
yeah.
just to curb your concern, you know, it's an adjustment period. I'll give you that, a month, maybe a month and a half, maybe two help for some people. But afterwards, life is normal. It's the same. It's just an adjustment period where you kind of have to learn what works for you. But afterwards, life is normal.
Yeah, I don't know.
How
I'll
long
think about
have you
it.
been a vegan for?
4 years.
4 years. Okay.
Yeah, I was vegetarian for 7 before, but
Okay, and then you
when
just made the full
yeah,
switch. Okay.
yeah, when I learned about the dairy industry, when what we just discussed about the cows
Okay.
go through, I couldn't sleep at night knowing that I'm paying for this. So
Fair enough. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
okay.
Nice to meet you.
Let me give you some cards before you go. And,
Okay.
I'll just give you some cards to get a little bit more informed, okay? And I'll give you the resources I said. So on these cards, there's a documentary called Dominion. Can you promise me you'll watch that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, if you can't watch it, the next best thing is the most important speech you'll ever hear. It's right after.
Okay.
Let's do this one small commitment. Until you watch that, can you be plant-based until you watch that?
Yes.
Can we do this small commitment?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I appreciate you. You have my social media there also. And the thing that I was talking about, access to a nutritionist, is called Challenge 22. You just gotta subscribe to it, and for free they help you out, okay?
Okay. Perfect.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
have
much.
a good day.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, same. Cheers. A lot of Spanish people today, huh? Iron bullshit. Yeah, it's okay. They were nice. They were, you know, they listened. I feel like they one of them felt bad about the choices. I never know what. One of them was smiling a lot, so I don't know if they were smiling at me or whatever. But whatever. The conversation was okay, and I feel like if they watch it, we made this commitment, it can help out further. So that's good, you know. She should have eaten more radioactive shrimp. Hey Veg90, thank you for being here. Listen guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna get heated up. I'm gonna get, as you see, raising my tone, being all that I am. You don't have to, okay? I'll be that person. I'll do it for you, everybody. I'll be annoyed for you, okay? I'll be upset. I'll be, how dare they say that for you? You don't have to be that. So I'm just saying, you can watch, you can make comments, you can talk to people in the chat, but rest assured, I will do my best to speak on behalf of animals. This is my commitment, and I do it for them, not because you guys are here. So I'm just saying, don't be. I know for some people it's difficult to be in the chat. I know it's difficult when you hear some dumb arguments. But let's be understanding also, because some people weren't always there. Like, you know, some people need a little bit of a push. Some people need a little bit of extra. You want to try it? Okay. I appreciate you being here. Jackie Boyle, thank you for being here. I think maybe you donated Jackie Boyle, I'm not sure. Let me see if I can see it now. No, I can't see it. I learned how to do it, and now the app doesn't show it to me. Either way. And if you're new to the channel and you're enjoying these conversations, hit that like and subscribe. You know, the more of that we get, the better I sleep at night. I guess, I don't know, something like that. Anik, I have 1 or 2 vegan magnums a week in summer. I'm not a saint. Hey, magnums, hell yeah. Vegan magnums, hell yeah. I remember with my ex when she asked me to go buy her magnum and I bought her vegan magnums. She was so upset. She was so upset. She was so upset. Yeah. As if the taste difference is that big. I still have 1 vegan magnum in the fridge, says Stone. And that's why she's your ex now. Good riddance, says Renee. That's not why, Renee, but it was definitely part of it. It was we did have. I wasn't vegan when I was with her. I gagged when I was saying it, vegetarian. I didn't gag that way. It's just got a little bit something. But it was, yeah, it was complicated. We were too different. We ended up being 2 different people. She's a nice person still, and she is trying. So, you know. Need your bottle. Oh, I mean, thank you for saying bottle, because I need to drink some water. Yeah, okay. I have maybe like 10 minutes left, 15 minutes, and then I gotta go. So I'm working on an app. Well, I'm working on an app. I already built the app, but I don't know if you guys ever built apps, but they expire after 90 days if you don't publish them. Hey, you guys want to try a social experiment?
Yeah, of course.
Are you okay being live on my YouTube channel?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. You wanna come here to that chair?
Yeah.
Nice, let me put this away. What are your names?
Pera.
Pera, I'm Chip.
Mark.
Mark. Where are you guys from?
Barcelona.
Barcelona. A lot of Spanish people.
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
Is it a thing? Is it like a very...
No, it's a very common destination for Spanish.
It's a very common destination. Okay. So I'm Chip. I'm an animal rights activist. I fight for the animals. How do you guys feel about animals?
Yeah, I love them.
Yeah, they're beautiful and I love like the nature.
Yeah. Do you think that animals deserve rights like body autonomy, the right to decide for their own body?
Decide in which
Like, let me put it this way. If there's an animal out there who wants to do something, we should respect what they want to do. Or if we're doing something to them, we should do it in the interest of them, not us.
Of course, we have not to cut their if a dog wants to go there, and we have not to stop him about doing that. But maybe you can be with him because if you let maybe
yeah, because it's in their interest that you're with them, right? Because they're in this society, right? Yeah. So in other words, we should respect what an animal wants, right? Yeah. We should do our best to respect what an animal wants, right?
Yeah, but with certain humans, we also have some barriers. We cannot go farther. So maybe
it's not like a free world thing.
Yeah.
It's more
having a society
within our limits, right? Within our limits. Do you think that we should respect the rights of all animals, like maybe farm animals also?
Yeah, like farm animals especially, because it's better to have the cow grass fed on a big field instead of having them on small spaces and constantly feeding them. And
do you think it's okay to kill cows?
Yeah, I mean, it's.
Are we looking after their interests when we're doing that? Are we caring what they want when we're doing that?
It's more like a natural thing that animals kill animals.
So we should kill dogs for the same reason then?
They need to eat. I mean, it's not okay because I think with dogs you get more a special connection, and they're more friendly wise. And usually you grow the dog, and with the cows you don't have that much connection with them. And
we don't need to consume animal products, do we? Right? We can be healthy on a plant-based diet. So why would we?
You still need a lot of supplements inside of the.
No, you don't. No, the only supplement you need is B12, and that's a supplement that animals get it. So you get it as a second hand when you eat animal products. So it's the same.
You still consume.
It's something it's natural because animals also eat animals. Are the first persons like living.
Why would that matter? Like, does that make it right because other animals do it?
I guess it's something natural. It's not good or bad.
Yeah, but is it bad to? I would say it's bad to kill an animal because there's no need for it. I would say it's bad to take the whole existence off of an animal if there's no need for it, right? Like, no, you wouldn't like somebody to take your whole existence away just because they want it or just because they see it as natural or something, right?
Yeah. But I was also would say like you can encounter like situations that there's like a chain of not like a chain that somebody like some animals eat small animals and smaller and so on. So we kind of do the same. So
Yeah, but we don't need to do it.
yeah, but like other animals can like also kill, instead of killing
Other
us,
animals, you know, they
kill-
rape each other. I don't think we would say let's rape each other because
No,
other
yeah, I
animals
know.
do it.
No,
right?
no,
At
no.
the end, if we plants also have their lives.
But they're not the somebody. Plants are not an individual. They're not a.
No,
there
they-
isn't somebody in there. Like animals have a brain. They have a central nervous system. They have an experience of the world, like we do. They have emotions. You know, they make decisions. They make memories. They make friends. Plants don't have that. You know, we can't say like when we choose an animal product, we are sparing some plants anyway because in reality is when you eat an animal product you're responsible also for all the killings of the plants that animal ate. And as it turns out, it's actually considerably more plants in the process. So really, when we're faced with this choice, we're choosing between an animal to be exploited and killed and a lot of plants died in the process versus just some plants dying, you know?
I think that, or I guess that it's like the kind of mindset that each one has, because at the end, for me, like, yeah, I can compare plants and animals, such as like living things and humans, and he was telling like that for me it's like a chain. Obviously, I don't support and I hate like the way that we produce the meat because they have like a bad life where
Yeah, I think
they
that
all,
we
explode.
should like start like controlling more those like big farms that
Yeah.
process and
Are they bad?
they don't give like a cow. It's putting cows in jail for
For all the life when
So you know that
But when you like if we don't consume meat, those cows like will lack. They will use the field for something else, and those cows will lack space. And if you are conscious of where like the kind of place you buy the meat or like the type of meat that you buy, I think it's
But
more
it's
they give a better life for them.
who
to-
cares? Do you think it's better to kill a happy animal or a sad animal?
it's not good to
depends.
kill at the end, but maybe
So then
if you
it
have,
shouldn't be good to buy meat then, right? Because it's not needed. It's not the,
well, not needed. Yes, we can like have the same nutrients from other places,
yeah.
but at the end, I mean, it's like
So if we can have the same nutrients from other places, we can also get food enjoyment from other sources. Why would we choose this? Why would we choose to be violent, for example?
I know. I feel it's more like the chain of like when we start like hunting animals at the beginning. So it's
But it
was,
doesn't
like,
matter what we did in the past because you know what? In the past, we did a lot of weird shit. We
No, but
stoned
yeah,
women
yeah.
for being smart. We
No, yeah, I know,
fought
I know, I know,
wars.
but I'm saying like it's like a thing that hasn't changed yet, and people nowadays are more.
Do you
moving
think it
to
should change?
in a process? Yeah, it should start changing. Yeah.
Do you think that you can change?
I don't think I can change.
Why?
I think because like for example, I love to do barbecues. I love like
Does
I
your
get,
love
get
of-
some ribs, so a good steak.
Does your love
Uh,
of barbecues or of meat justify the violence that they go through?
No, but at the same point, like I feel it's more of. It's more like as humans we look for humans, not we don't think about like our environment, like ecosystem
That's
outside
sad, but
of
it's true.
outside of the.
I understand, but this isn't about environment and ecosystem, and I agree with you that when it comes to the environment and ecosystem, it's a little bit more difficult to make
Yeah.
choices. But this is about innocent individuals. These are individuals who think, who feel, you know, like us. They experience the world. That there's footage online of a cow. You throw them a ball, they bring it back, just like a dog. There's cows having zoomies, pigs having zoomies. You know, like how they run around, like how dogs do, and they're super happy. All these things that they make them very much. I mean, I'm saying all these things just to kind of
Yeah,
show
yeah.
that we're so much like them that the differences between us and them, don't really justify anything that we do to them. Like, and if you don't agree that we are similar, which a lot of people have trouble agreeing that we're so similar to animals,
Yeah.
I'm sure you agree that a cow is the difference between a cow and a dog is so small that it really isn't justified that we treat cows this way and dogs in another way, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's all I'm saying is like, imagine if all the cows, chickens, and pigs they die off all of a sudden for a virus or something, would you start eating cats and dogs?
No, I don't think people would do
Well,
that. But yeah, I understand the point. Yeah.
I think that yes.
You would start eating cats and dogs?
Well,
You'd
no.
still have
No,
a plant-based
if-
diet that you could
Yes,
do, man.
yes, no, but what you were telling me, if all like the animals that we eat, that they like get out of the wall, whatever, maybe I think yes, maybe not me, or maybe yes, I don't know. I have to be in the situation to say it, but I think that humans will start like eating.
But would you?
I would have.
If you ask me now, no, but once I am in the situation, I don't know.
But in this
So
situation,
maybe-
I mean, I don't mean starving, right? I don't mean in a situation where
Oh,
you
no,
wouldn't
no,
get your
no,
nutrition.
no.
I mean, like you could still get it from plants and plant-based products,
Yeah.
like we do today. And the reality is, we have so many alternatives today, and we need these alternatives to grow more. We need more people. Like we have lab-grown meat in the process. We have plant-based meat that is almost identical to animal meat. Like literally, if you put a sausage in a grill, you'd be surprised by some of the sausages out there. Like there's some sausages in the supermarket that you won't tell that they're plant-based. You'll be like, I won't know. I didn't know that this is plant-based. So for us, it's such a small difference, but for them, it's their whole existence, their whole life. For us, it's such a easy change to make compared to what they're going through, isn't it?
Yeah.
So don't you think we should put these things a little bit into perspective, because our choices do influence do influence them, you know, do directly influence them essentially.
And I think today nowadays we're like a little bit more conscious, at least from a few years ago.
Yeah.
I think all the society is like a little bit more conscious, and maybe it's not stopping eating meat or whatever, but like they like don't support like the bad treatment of animals. That it's something. It's like not stopping it, but at least
We're
you're
making
not-
progress.
But you do
slowly,
see
but
the
progress.
contradiction, right? Because you're clearly both like against the bad treatment of animals.
Of course, yeah.
But the reason why it's bad to treat an animal badly is because they experience the bad thing that you're treating them. It's the same reason why it's bad to kill an animal. So you're against this thing, but you're not against the killing of the animals. They're both needless. None of them are needed for us, right?
I'm against killing wherever, but I think that it's what I've told you before, that it's like a natural thing, like a bird eats an ant, or
But that doesn't mean
lion eats a
anything,
zebra.
does it? Like, because again, in nature, rape happens. You wouldn't say when a man
But
rapes a
we are
woman.
part of the natural.
But you wouldn't say when a man rapes a woman, you would say, I don't see a problem. It's natural, right?
Of course.
No, but we do. But with
Yeah,
this one, you
that
should
point.
also see the same thing, right? Because while it is natural indeed for us to kill animals, it's not something we need to do. It's something where we just. And the reality of it is, like, we grew up doing it. I grew up doing it also, and I was in it for a long time. It's just, I personally found it. I mean, it took a while. It didn't take just one conversation, but it took a while, and I ended up being vegan. But the reality is, these days, is these companies, these big ass companies,
That's a big problem.
they sell you this bullshit stories of animals being happy on the field. They tell you, oh, if you buy from a small farm, it's better, or if you buy from a large farm. We have studies showing that the animal welfare is the same on a small farm as it is on a large farm. In other words, they have the same good life on a small farm as they do on a large farm. So we know for a fact that all of it is bad, but they pay money, they get money from the government, and they use it to blindfold you so that you don't see the horrors. They use it to make regulations so that we cannot film, so that we can show people the horrors. So they're essentially trying to control everything so that they can fool you and so that you can give them more money. You know, like, there's just so many reasons to no longer pay for any of this. One, because you're essentially giving them money so that they can lie to you. Well, not one is because of the animals, two because of this, three is the environment. Also, I hate to bring it up sometimes, but you know, your environmental footprint is 4 times larger if you eat meat, so it's insanely big. So nobody benefits from all of this. I get the tradition, the getting used to it, but don't you think this is something we should change?
Yes, we should change it. I don't know like, how to apply it, at least in myself, because
Yeah, I can give you resources for that, but I think like we need to want to change, right? Because how to do it nowadays, we have ChatGPT, we have Google, and I'll also give you a resource, and so you have everything that you need. It's just that the will to want the changes. That's where we need to.
Yeah.
That's where I can't make you want. That's where I have these conversations with people because
Yeah.
I want you to get there because, you know, if I ask you, in your ideal world, how many more animals should be exploited for you from now on? What would you say?
0, but it's
Yeah.
in the ideal world.
How many more animals should be exploited?
Yeah,
for
it's
you?
zero.
It's the reality is that you can make that happen. You just
Yeah.
gotta adopt a plant-based diet. That's it. Well, when it comes to food, you just gotta not buy leather. When it comes to clothing, I'm sure it's easy
Yeah.
to not buy leather, right?
Yeah.
You just gotta do all these other. You just gotta pick the choice that doesn't oppress the animal. That's all it is. Let me give you guys some cards because I feel I like you guys. You listen. You're open-minded. Some people get very defensive about it. So let me tell you real quick. Let's do one thing. I want you to get more informed. Can you watch Dominion? It's the first thing that appears on top when you scan this QR code. Can you promise me you'll watch this?
Yeah.
And until you watch it, let's just do a small commitment. Consume animal products until you watch this. Can we do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Thank you
And
very
then
much.
you have several resources there to help you out. There's a thing called Challenge 22. They hook you up with a nutritionist. They send you recipes every day. They help you go vegan for free.
Okay.
Within your budget, within your area. And you also have my YouTube channel there if you want to listen back to the conversations or anything. Okay?
Okay.
Perfect.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very
Cheers.
much.
Have a nice
good.
day.
Have a
You
nice
too.
day.
Cheers,
See you.
guys. Nice guys. Everybody, I think that's it. I'm done. I gotta go. I was talking about an app that I'm making. I made the app, but I need to finish some things about it. It's taking longer than usual because, yeah. But this was a good. Tomorrow, everybody, by the way, we're going to be doing humane milk. So tune in to see that, to see how that turns around. Turned around well, says DJR. I think they're going now, and I see them kind of discussing. Maybe they're discussing exactly this. That's kind of it, man. That's why I tell people to go out there and speak for animals, because in reality, this is the reactions we're gonna get. Most people are gonna be this way. Most people are gonna be defensive. Most people are not gonna change. Most people are just gonna start having this conversation. Most of the things that we're gonna be doing is just planting seeds. One more. I'm sorry, I cannot. I really have to go. But yeah, but that's the thing about it, isn't it? It's we can us going out there and having these conversations with people just means that we get to make more of these seeds. Unfortunately, it's not such a straightforward action where we just go there, speak to a person, and they're vegan. As we saw, that's very rare, and I feel like for every person that you speak to, that's also another thing why I encourage more people to go out there and speak out, is because I have my way of speaking to people. I'm sure a lot of you, when you hear me, you think, oh, I would have said something a little bit differently. I would have tackled it a little bit differently. And that's the value that you have as an activist. That's the value that you have as an animal rights activist. The fact that you would say something a little bit differently. Even if it's just 3 words changed. Even if it's just your attitude being different. Sometimes some people listen to others simply because they look different. It's as simple as that. That's your value as an activist. And I think use your value as an activist. Go out there. Go for We the Free. Go for AV. Go alone on the street like I do. Whatever you choose to do. If you choose to do activism, I applaud you. And I think you should, because I really want this whole... I really don't want to come on the street my whole life, although I know I'll sure. I just really want less animals to be exploited. I hate the fact that happens. Mark J, thank you so much. Life is all. Reference for life is the only value worth living. Mark J, thank you so much. And thank you to who else. Oh, I see. Maybe now I can see. Let's see the donations. Yes, now I can see them. Jackie Boyle, I thought it was you. Thank you so much, Jackie Boyle. And thank you, Mark J. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. I have to still donate the money from the last stream to a sanctuary. I will donate it. I didn't check who was the last person who commented on the last stream, but I think it was Draculum, right? If I'm not mistaken. Draculum is always first, let's face it. It's between Draculum and Tone at this point. Although Martin is getting there. Martin is really getting there into the whole fight. I see it. Renee, some people don't see the practical solutions and some see no necessity to change, and a few both. If we can supply both, we can change many. Yeah, that's a good point, Renee. That's a really good point. But that's why I'm saying, that's why, I don't know, I feel like I appreciate everybody being here, and I'm gonna continue doing activism, everybody. But I was deliberately late yesterday. I closed the stream, then remembered, says Stone. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing activism probably my whole life. It's just, if you can spare a little bit of time once a week, and you can have a conversation with a person, you know, it's a small goal, I would say. It's a small goal, right? Let's have this small goal where once a week we have a conversation with a non-vegan.
Doing well. How are
You good?
you? I'm good. I want to have a debate. Can we talk?
We just had a
I
conversation.
know, but I walked away from it when I started, spitting philosophical.
Sure, I have 10 minutes. Okay, so let's have a debate. Tell me.
You're getting.
Yeah,
How
so
many people are watching right now? 160.
Yeah.
Fuck no.
So come here and debate me. Tell
I'll
me.
go the whole thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Let him debate.
Well,
the
let's
way,
come a little bit here. Yeah.
I've been like,
Yeah.
I'm less sober than what I was before, so
Okay.
don't expect like too much skill from me.
So why are you not vegan?
Why am I not vegan? Because I genuinely like the taste of meat and its properties.
Do you think that the taste of meat justifies the oppression that animals go through? The violence, the exploitation?
I mean, if an animal was like bred to be killed, I think, there's a reason we're at the top of the food chain, and I don't know,
Do you
It's here and
think
there.
being bred to be killed is something moral to do? To bring somebody into existence only to kill them?
It's definitely immoral, I agree, but
So then doesn't that mean that meat, since meat depends on bringing somebody into existence to kill them, is immoral?
I do think it's immoral. Will I stop? No. Maybe I'm just a bad person. I don't know.
But if you think it's immoral, I don't think necessarily you're a bad person, to be clear. I think you're doing something that is immoral according to how you just said now. So if you find it immoral, why not stop?
Because it just doesn't make sense for me too, or to ever. When you say vegan and I don't know the difference between vegan and vegetarian. I'm very
Vegetarian is a diet. Veganism is a moral principle of saying animals are not objects. So I
Understood.
won't treat them like objects.
But does that also count out milk and eggs, all
Yeah,
animal
because
produce?
animals are treated like objects
okay.
in the production of those. Cows are forcefully impregnated to produce milk.
100%.
Their
yeah.
babies are taken away from them so that we can get the milk. If the baby is born male, we kill them because they don't produce milk. And if the baby is female, we do the same thing as their mother, repeatedly impregnation, baby stolen, exploited for milk.
Sorry.
And we can no longer do that, we
Funny
kill
shit.
them. It's fucking insane, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. Top of the food chain is the reason why, there's a
So
reason
we
why
have
society
power.
exists.
We have power
We
over
have
them.
power, and I don't think anybody should really care. There's a reason why there's city civilization. It's simply because we're smarter than animals.
Do you
I mean,
think that
no.
our power
if they
justifies-
deserve to live, then they'd fucking be smarter, bro. My fault.
Wait, but do you think that, because you could say you have
I
power
can't,
over
dude, I
intellectually
can't.
challenged human being also?
I can't. I know you're trying to change my mind, but
No, you said you debate.
can't
I'm not
do it.
changing your mind now.
Yeah,
You
but-
just said you want to debate. So you're saying because you have power, it makes it right? You just said it's not right. So we have power to do
Contradicting
something that's
myself.
not right to somebody.
100%.
So
I don't know, man.
why would we continue doing?
I'm just too stoned to have this
You
conversation.
came here saying you had to have a conversation with me, man.
I know, but then I
That
thought
means
I
you're
could do
stoned.
it. I thought I could do it.
There's no
Like, I
argument
can't do
against it, brother. There's no argument against it. I'm not a good debater. I'm not a good debater,
I'm
man.
fucking shit, but I'm stoned
I'm
as
not a
shit.
good
I can't
debater.
do
It's
it.
just the argument makes sense. That's the
My brain
only
ain't
reason.
clear, man. I can't do it to him.
Aren't you losing because it's still going on,
Yeah, I guess so. I'm just stoned as shit, dude. I thought I could do it, but I can't.
That's okay. That's okay.
There's not really much to say against it.
There's nothing to say against it.
Will
That's
I
the
stop?
reality.
Will I stop? No, I won't. I'll continue
Yeah,
to
but you
fucking...
acknowledge that you're doing something immoral.
Yeah,
At
I'm
least
fine with
that.
it. I'm fine with acknowledging that. Yeah, but I'm not going to stop.
Yeah. So do you think there's any difference between you and somebody who, let's put it this way, because you're violating the rights of animals because you enjoy the taste of meat? Do you think somebody who's violating the rights of animals to, I don't know, maybe have sex pleasure from them, is there any difference?
Bro, I'm going to have to walk away from this conversation.
Do you think there's any difference? It's both pleasure
No.
from violating
no,
somebody's
no,
rights.
No, you've just compared
that's
fucking
mixed up.
cows and animals and farm produce to eating them.
We do violate. As I just told you, we impregnate them, dude. We
Oh,
put their
God.
hands in their
You're talking
anus.
about- But do you fuck?
We jerk off bulls to get semen off of them
No, you're
to
talking
produce
about,
milk.
You're on some bullshit. man.
This is essentially sexually exploiting
I
them.
would love to, but you're talking about like bestiality, like I fucking.
But it is bestiality in animal agriculture. This is gonna be a good video, everybody. This guy coming back is gonna be a good video. I'm glad he came back. And the way again, there was somebody who donated last. I forgot to say. It's so funny. Chip, you're a great debater and activist, says Lambretta Barnes after just having a debate with somebody on the street. Thank you so much, Lambretta. I appreciate you. And thank you so much, everybody. I'm sorry, I'm done. That's it. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I'll see you. This jealousy can't get any action. I got owned? Sure, buddy. I got owned. As you said, I got owned. Oh my God, that's so funny to think that I got owned in this very short debate. I mean, the person literally said that he can't debate. That's so funny. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I'm gonna, we have this contest on the channel. I hope you subscribe if you like this content. We make a lot of content. We have this contest on the channel where we give a shout out to the person who's first, and the person who was first was Draculum. Draculum, you are first, brother. Congratulations. Shout out to you. I'll see you zerost. Draculum was not first. He was zerost. He was even before first. Let's be clear. Draculum was zerost. I don't know how to say that. Zerost. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for your activism also, man. Has Vegan, somebody you should follow. If you're not following Has Vegan, he does the same thing I do, but in Chicago. Like, imagine this whole beautiful landscape, but with freaking skyscrapers, with the freaking Chicago skyline. It's damn beautiful. And he's got his own style, which that's the beauty, as I said. It's about your own style. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I'll see you tomorrow where we will do humane milk from free-range women, believe it or not. Yeah, we give them Netflix and then we impregnate them. It's pretty simple, but we get that tasty milk that we as humans deserve, huh? See you, everybody. I'll see you in the next one tomorrow. Okay, I'll see you there. I really do appreciate everyone. I really appreciate you for being here, and I don't know. It's hard to say because activism is not easy when you're alone. But when I'm doing this with other people here, it just makes it easier for me. Okay, appreciate it, everybody. I'm getting a little bit emotional. Have an awesome day, everybody. Go home, says Linda. Go home, end it already. But Linda, if I end it now, people who, they don't know when I'm gonna end it. So that's the whole point, isn't it? For them to not know when I'm gonna